Hello, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, it's Man United versus West Ham United this evening. And it's a big game. West Ham fighting for their lives at the bottom, at the foot of the table. Can still go down. Lose tonight, lose at the weekend. It could conceivably go against them if Watford and Aston Villa get the results they need respectively, so they can still go down at this point. So they are going to be fighting for their lives. Man United have the opportunity to go third this evening. Go third before Chelsea play Liverpool in that big game at 8:15. And listen, if Chelsea don't win, United will maintain that spot. So it's a big night. It's a big night of football. We're really going to start to see the shaping of the top four almost complete this evening, in my very humble opinion. Just my humble opinion. Not everybody has to agree, but that's my thoughts and my feelings on that. Big night for Man United as well in terms of response, because there's been a lot of talk the last few days, dropping a few bad performances recently, being knocked out by Chelsea at the weekend. It's got a lot of people talking. It's got a lot of negative people talking. It's got a lot of people worrying and panicking. We've got a call here from Brian. Actually, Brian is on the air. Hello to you, mate. Before that, though, please hit the like and share button. Really important to us that you get that done right now. What's your feelings ahead of tonight's game, mate?
Yeah, definitely some nerves. This is the biggest game of the season so far, and I'd rather United have some insurances before they play Leicester on the final day. Having an opportunity to go into third. They've already squandered it once against Southampton, and I feel like it feels a bit inconceivable considering how poor West Ham have been this season for Man United to kind of drop points again in the restart. But the team looks like they're out on their feet a little bit because there's been minimal rotation, and for good reason. The side just isn't very strong outside of the 11 that Solskjaer has been using. You know what I mean? And so anytime the team is rotated, really, I feel personally, in any position, it puts us at a disadvantage to play the way that I know we can play. So the lineup and the players that Solskjaer uses tonight will be key. And all eyes will.
Have you seen the lineup?
Well, I haven't seen it yet.
So it's come out. I've just put it up on our screen right now. So interestingly, Williams keeps his position at left back. The only change from what you would consider to be our strongest team is Fosu Mensah plays at right back instead of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who is on the bench this evening. Everybody else starts. So I think the train of thought here from Ollie is an element of there's a fair bit of time between now and Sunday. Win tonight, and it almost secures us that top four. I think it's almost a case of getting those 3 points done and dusted. I hope we blow them away tonight. I really want to. Yeah. And this is me as a fan talking. I'm confident in this team. I'm not going to be deterred by a bad result or a bad performance. But from my point of view, and I mean this in the most positive way possible, I feel like a nice big response tonight, a nice big win tonight, it just shuts a lot of big mouths up when it comes to our rivals. It quietens people down. And, already I'm seeing a lot of people, oh my God, AWB's dropped, told you he wasn't good enough. We're chatting about this is the irony of football fans. And this is where I get it from rivals. So I'm not going to react to rivals. I will react, though, to Man United fans who panic over nothing, in the sense of our rivals and you have been telling Ollie he's got to rotate players because we're not. People are not getting enough rest. We rotate players, and then we're laughing that first teamers are being dropped because they're not good enough. Those two things, it's oxymoronic in regards to you can't ask for rotation of the first main 11, and then cry when the first main 11 are rotated. It doesn't make any sense. And if you react to rival fans bantering you with it, and you react and you're like, oh my God, Ollie don't know what he's doing. Oh, I knew Aaron Wan-Bissaka wasn't good enough. You're a mug. You're a literal mug, and you don't deserve Man United. So just stay calm. It's fine that that's been done. You know, in the last 2 or 3 games, we've rotated a couple of players. We've seen that. You know, the game against LAKS or LASKA, whatever they're called, in just over a week's time, I think that game is. You'll find in that match, maybe 2 weeks time, maybe that game is. You'll find that most of the first team won't start that game because we're already 5-0 up and it's the second leg. There'll be people crying then. Oh, these guys have been dropped. Just relax a little bit. AWB probably needs a rest. You know, like a lot of our players have needed a few games from the bench. I actually would have liked to have seen Rashford start on the bench this evening as well, if I'm being honest. I feel like he's probably had a little bit too much game time. I would have preferred to have seen James or maybe Igalo start with Martial moved out to the left. But, you know, that's it. We don't get what we want in life always, and you've got to take these things on the chin.
Right. It's a kind of what are you feeling about the future of Diogo Dalot? I mean, Timothy Fosu-Mensah was about as far away from the first team as you could possibly have imagined a couple of years ago, and now he seems to be preferred even to Dalot. It looks like his time at United might be up a little bit. Either that or he's just not liked or preferred very much by Solskjaer at the minute.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. How confident are you in terms of playing confident about beating West Ham? Are you feeling nervous because we had those 4 games where we were electric and since then we haven't been as good?
No, I think I'm just nervous because of what's at stake more so than the team. Like I'm not nervous that United won't beat West Ham. I think it's just the stakes of the game are fairly high. With that being said, like we know that even if United don't manage to beat West Ham, results could go their way in other fixtures that would still allow them to get into the top 4 against Leicester. So it's not, you know, so nothing's completely out of it now. But it's just I would like to see this Manchester United team capitalize on opportunities presented to them at the first time of asking, you know, and that didn't happen against Southampton. And so hopefully they've learned from that, they've grown from that as a squad, and can go out there and get the job done. A nice early goal, I think, would kind of set.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. I think where Man United fans are struggling at the moment is coping with rival fan banter. Everyone's been desperate for us to lose, and we did. Everyone was desperate for us to drop a poor performance, and we have had a few. But so is every single team since the return of lockdown. To only single out Man United, if you're a United fan, is weird. Is legitimately, bona fidely weird, and tells me that you're either overly sensitive and can't handle banter, which is a worry, is a big, big worry, or secondly, you don't really support Man United, and you're only really here for the sort of attention that it, you know, the attention, or you're a stereotypical glory hunter. You only really like being a United fan when we're the best, and anything outside of that isn't good enough for you. And that's not what supporting a football club is about. Of course, you can criticize and be upset, but where's your football knowledge? Where's your understanding that no team in the history of the sport ever, even the greatest 10 teams of all time, drop 5, 6, 7 poor performances a season? Most lose. Look at Liverpool this year. A lot of Liverpool fans will say, greatest team Premier League history, and that's fine. They've lost 8 to 9 games in all competitions. So there's still 8 to 9 games they've lost this year as an example, right? Now, United have lost a lot more, but no one's claiming this is the best Man United team ever. We're not even saying it's the best Man United, you know, I don't think it's the 5th, 6th, 7th best Man United team in the Premier League era. You know, so you just sort of sit there and think, understand that you'll drop poor performances. Understand that the next time we win a league and look really good the whole year, there'll still be 7 or 8 performances that we win where we didn't look particularly great. It's just normal. And people have got to understand that, you know, going unbeaten is rare. Liverpool losing the amount of games they've lost in the last 2 seasons is even rarer. It is rare as well. And it's having a realization that you've witnessed an anomaly. It's a bit like Ronaldo and Messi. The level of goals they've scored over a 12 to 15 year period is unprecedented in the modern day times, and it may not happen again. Mbappe could become the best player in the world, but never, finish his career with half the goals of Messi or Ronaldo. Doesn't mean he isn't a top class player. These guys have almost broken the barometer. They're outside of the normal standards of measurements, and it's the exception that proves the rule. And I get really frustrated in life where people want to, like any scientific experiment, there's a consistency within results, and then every now and then one's an obscurity. The obscurity isn't what they write into the books as the outcome. Does that make sense? It's a variable. Yeah. It has happened, but it's outside the norm. It's an exception to the rule, and people have got to learn that. And I think the problem is we live in this world now where everyone thinks they have to be unique. Oh, we want to be unique. We want to be special. I want to wear a suit made of meat or whatever it is. I remember Gaga doing that. Everybody wants to be their own sort of version of that in their own little world and sphere. And it's, we need something. If we win the league or if we win the FA Cup or the Champions League, there has to be something unique about it. Otherwise, it's just boring. And I sort of feel like, no, who's trained you to think and feel like this? Who's trained you to think that this is the way you should behave? I saw yesterday, I put a tweet out and a Insta post of, like, there's this I saw Liverpool fans that I respect posting this picture, and it was basically a picture of, and it said that it was a picture of them, and I'll read it out. Right, it's a picture that says it's got all 4 trophies: Premier League, Champions League, World Club, Championship, Super Cup. Have you ever been English, European, and World Champions in a season? No. And then the next word was then shut the fuck up. But Liverpool haven't been those things in the same season because they won the Champions League last year. For that to be the case, to be European, English, and world champions at the same time, in terms of the same season, you have to win the Champions League and the Premier League last season and the World Club Championship this year. That's how that works, because there's a linear process to getting in those competitions. And it doesn't mean it isn't a great achievement, but I'm sitting there thinking, and I had Liverpool fans respond to me. They're like, I'm quite embarrassed by that picture and the amount of people that are sharing it, because it's making it sound like they won all 4 in 1 year. As opposed, or do you get one? And it's like, why have you got to lie or exaggerate your achievements to make them sound better than they really were? I find that weird in any way, shape, or form. But there we go. We've got a super chat here from Steve. It says, "Hi Terry, big night tonight for Man U. It's vital win for the Champions League. Thank you for all the support promoting my channel. Hope you can deliver awareness in the show in near future." Yeah, I'll do my best to do that for you, my friend. I really, really will. See what some of these comments here, Brian said. Terry, don't be salty. Listen, bro, it's not saltiness. The thing is, I've actually had Liverpool fans respond to me saying, "I'm so glad you called this out because it's embarrassing for us." But but I'm not just calling Liverpool fans out. I see everyone trying to do it. Like, Man United fans did it for a while. We were trying to include the Community Shield. Oh, we won 3 trophies this year. Come on, you don't count the Community Shield. No one's ever counted it before. Why count it now? It's weird when people do that. You're overstating your achievement. I look at it this way. Man United's run of form's been great since January. We're statistically the best in the last third of the season. All I'm using that for is a barometer to say, now we need to improve next year and go on from that. There are some people, we're overtaking Liverpool now. What are you talking about? You're overstating it now. You've gone too far. And that's the same as that claim from Liverpool. It's the same as and then it works in the opposite when people want to be negative. There's this element of like everything's doom and gloom if everything isn't perfect. It's weird, bruv. Honestly, I find it so strange that football fans have begun acting this way in the last 3 or 4 years. It's very, very strange indeed.
Yeah, and from a Manchester United fan's perspective, I think one of the things that I would like to kind of piggyback off what you just said about kind of using the form of the side as a barometer for the improvements that need to happen going forward. One of the things I would love to see happen with this team is for them to be able to put in performances more consistently over the course of a season. We have benefited greatly from when Solskjaer first came into the job. We went on this amazing run. Players were in great form, and then that form died out as the season got on. And then it bled into parts of the beginning of the next season, up until the point where we hit a good run of form again. Obviously, the emergence of Mason Greenwood, with a combination of lockdown, being able to bring players like Pogba and Rashford back, and the signing of Bruno Fernandes helped with that. But I would love to see Manchester United be able to even have instances where they are dropping in levels, but still able to look as if they're going to go on to win games, you know, and be able to close and be able to close games out. And I think that's an element of the side that there are certain elements of the side that I think that can only be fixed by getting better players.
It's true, but also there comes an element of fans having faith in this. And I'll give you an example. Chatting to some pals of mine that are fairly neutral. By the way, we have another super chat here from James. He said, we wonder why everyone hates us. James is an LFC fan. And that's true, bro. That's why people will get a Liverpool, because when you overstate something, interestingly, you know, look at clinical psychology. When you overstate, when you exaggerate something, it screams of insecurity. And when you're screaming of insecurity as a fan base, that's why you're going to get bantered. That's why people are going to come for you, because they think, hang on a minute. Do you really think you're the greatest? I'll give you an example. Man United fans for years never really spoke about, was our treble winning side the greatest ever? Because we just know it is. Mm-hmm. But yet, if you're having to talk about it all the time, it's a bit like the 50-year-old man that drives a really flashy, fast sports car. What's he compensating for? That's kind of how I feel about it. Equally, I've seen like trucks today with Liverpool signs on parked outside multiple football clubs saying like, tonight's the night we lift our trophy. And it's like, that is funny. That is good banter. But expect there to be a reaction from rival fans. Don't cry when there's a reaction. Like you're kicking a bee's nest. If you kick a bee's nest, there's going to come a point when you get stung back. But that's what I love. Football fans are so fickle in that way. They really are. But what I was saying is, I was chatting to my mates, and they were saying that the Crystal Palace game was a prime example. They were watching with no emotion like we were. And they felt the whole way through, even though we weren't on fire, they were like, yeah, it just looked the whole way through like a comfortable Man United win. We didn't even feel like it wasn't going to go your way. So I think there's an element of us becoming confident in our team to get it over the line because of what the last 7 years has looked like. I think there's an element of us not being confident enough in ourselves to sit back and go, okay, it's 1-0 up. We're not really conceding chances. We'll see this through. Liverpool fans have got that. City fans up until this season had it for a number of years. And I think that's what we need. I agree with you. That's what we need to get back to. Because as soon as we gain our confidence back, there'll be less of a reaction from fans on social media, I think.
Yeah, that was actually, I was going to say a couple things that I would like to chat a little bit about kind of the defense. I don't think it's necessarily as dire or as bad as people have made it out to be, but I do think there's improvement that can be done there, and I'd love to chat about that if you're up for it. But also, I saw a comment earlier that said they're saying that you don't seem like your normal confident self today, and they're questioning if you trust United to turn up tonight or not.
Yeah, I mean, a few people in the comments, have said I don't look confident and things like that. I am. I suppose it's the conversation I'm having. I'm just kind of talking. I'm very confident tonight. If you listen to what I said in my preview, I previewed it a little bit earlier. I think we're going to win about 4-0 tonight. I think we're going to smash West Ham. I think we'll absolutely obliterate them tonight. It may not be like 2 or 3 goals in the opening 20 minutes. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I think by the end result, it'll be 3 or 4 goals. It'll be comfortable. We'll keep a clean sheet. And it'll be all she wrote in relation to that. I got a comment here from Michael Dunn on Twitter because there's a tweet that got posted earlier on. We're going to go to Igal and we're going to go to Ali in a few moments. Just bear with me, gents. There's a tweet that came out earlier today that speaks about Rashford and Martial have scored 12 and 11 home league goals, respectively, this term. It's only the 3rd time in Premier League history that Man United have had 2 or more players reach double figures at Old Trafford. And I just sort of quote tweeted it saying, but Ollie, I said only, actually. I now need to redo that tweet because I've just noticed my dyslexic brain messed me up. I wrote only instead of Ollie. But, but people say Ollie can't improve or coach anybody. And that's the kind of thing when I look at those types of things like that. Like those are all those things don't make it like a brilliant season. But those are the areas where I look at it and go, that's where I've started to see improvement. And I got called out by somebody because they were like, well, Terry, it's only a few months ago you were calling for Ollie. And yeah, you're right, I was. But I've apologized for it. And everyone can make mistakes. But I was calling Ollie saying I don't think he's good enough. However, the big however in all of this is I never stopped praising him for the good things he did. Even when I didn't want him at the club anymore because I'd lost myself emotionally and everything, I still praised him when we beat City. I still praise him when we beat Chelsea. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, if there's a good result, it's still well done. It wasn't just a case. It wasn't just a case of, you know what? Because I don't want him at the football club, I'm just going to get rid of him and move him on in relation to that. But there we go. Ali, you were first on. Ali, what do you want to say, mate?
Yes, I think what I wanted to say is I think it was a good idea to drop Basaka. I think I'm hearing a lot of people say that, oh, why is Oli dropping Basaka? But for me, I've never really rated Basaka in the first place. I think when I look at the guy play, it looks like he learned how to play football yesterday. His ball control, his passing, his dribbling, it's not nice to watch. And also his defending, I think, is very overrated. A lot of people say he's the best defensive right back in the world, but he's not. He's the best defensive right back in terms of one-on-one defending, but defending as a whole, I don't really rate him because I always see when we play matches, I always see him positionally he's not right. I always see players running in behind him when balls are being crossed to the back post. I always see the left winger being free. Basaka's not there. I think he's good one-on-one when a winger's running at him.
Do you know, so what I would say about that, Ali, what I would say about everything you've said there is, one, you're going to need to show me a body of work that says he's never there at the back post. You're probably looking at a couple of very vivid examples that you remember, and you're allowing that to, create an overall picture which isn't true. Do you know where we've become a little bit lost in the assessment of defenders? Is he's 21, 22 years of age. The majority of defenders are not the finished article until they reach their mid-20s as a general rule. And we always seem to do this as football fans. Somebody comes in and breaks that mold in, say, a Trent Alexander-Arnold, who isn't perfect defensively, but as a 21-year-old, he's hitting heights that most 21-year-old defenders never get anywhere near. And then we're setting that as the barometer that if we have a defender of that age who isn't at that level, now he's a write-off, he's rubbish. We do it with young players. If you're a young attacker and you're not at Mbappe's level at 18, people call you trash. And it is honestly one of the most backwards, stupid, and ignorant ways of assessing football players, in my opinion. And we need to learn that he's still a work in progress. He's a young, it's only his second. You get like Chelsea fans defend Tammy. Oh, it's his first. This is his second season as a professional football player, and we're acting like he should be the finished article. And will he get better? Yes. The second element of what you said around his positioning. Listen to him talk. He positions himself in positions to lure people into a false sense of security, so they get drawn in, and he ends up tackling them. He's literally told us why he does that. It's premeditated, which means he's not out of position. He's where he wants to be. It's like a game of chess. You might be, oh look, he's left his king open, but no, he might be luring you in for a move, and that's what AWB does. Does he have to improve? Absolutely. Has he been dropped tonight? No, he's been rested. No, people are well overreacting with this. It's mad. Yeah. Sorry, Ali, mad.
Okay, but do you not see people always run in behind him in the back post? Do you always see him not marking the left winger?
No.
Defending?
No. What you're doing, Ali? Sorry, Brian. What you're doing, Ali, is you're seeing a few examples. Show me how often he's doing that, and I'll tell you why I'm not seeing that regularly. We've got the most improved. Hang on a minute, mate. We've got the most improved defensive back line. Okay. By the way, first of all, do you rate Maguire?
Maguire, I think we need to wait till he.
Okay. Do you rate Maguire? Do you rate what Maguire's done for us this season?
Yeah, I think he's been okay.
Okay. So this is why I get confused. So most people say, "Oh, you can't attribute." Let me just give you the facts. 38% less goals conceded, 40% less chances conceded, the most clean sheets in Europe, the most improved defensive backline in Europe on a domestic level and an international level this year. Maguire, and this is where the people that hate on Maguire, hate on Oli, and now start to hate a little bit on AWB full shoot. How can we improve that much? If AWB is overrated, if Maguire's only average, and if Oli doesn't have a system and can't coach, I am lost. I'm literally lost at how we've improved that much. But yet these players are seen as okay and average. And my point is, if he was leaving his back post that exposed, by the way, Delo gets exposed a lot when he's in those positions as an example. If he was being exposed that often, being caught with the back post, players running in behind, we would have conceded ample more goals down that side. The facts of the matter remain. The fact of the matter remains only 1 second. Only 27% of the attacks come down that side. If it was that exposed, everyone would be running through it. Factually, it makes no sense. Now, anecdotally, you can probably show 3 or 4 examples where this has happened. But what you need to do for me is do a body of work on other top-level fullbacks of that age group in the Premier League and compare how often they're caught in exactly the same way to check whether AWB numbers are abnormal in a negative way. And only then can you say he's caught out on the back post disproportionately to other people. Do you have that information for me?
Listen, you spoke about how our defense has improved. Yeah. I've heard you in the past speak about how much our attack is improved. So if we've improved so much in the attack, yeah, and if we've improved so much in the defense, why are we still fifth? And we have the lowest points,
mate, bro. And I can tell you why. And I can tell you why. And I can tell you why. Do you want me to tell you why? Listen, but you're just really done because when have I mentioned that these improvements have come in? When has been the dramatic improvement? When has the majority of these clean sheets happened? And when has a vast improvement in our attackers happened? It's been since January. It took us time to gel, and the inclusion of Bruno, and now the return of Paul Pogba. We know it wasn't great at the beginning, but we're not going to allow a manager for time to gel his new players together? Suddenly, Ollie doesn't get attributed with the same luxury that every other manager in the history of football has. If we were playing like have been since January till now, all season, we'd be well in the top 4. In fact, we'd be somewhere around 85 to 90 points. But we weren't. But then we did improve. When did Liverpool turn the corner and start to really improve? It was in the January of 2018. That first half of the season, they'd lost more points than any other team in European football from winning positions. Second half of the season, they had the best defensive record in Europe. So were you not going to recognize that change and that improvement? Why would you not? It's mad, Ali. Ali, you're literally mad. Mad.
Let me mad. Quickly, because basically you said the improvement has come since January.
The big improvement has, yes.
So that means.
Can I jump in here?
One second. Let Ali finish. Go on.
So basically, Maguire and AWB have been that bad since the beginning of this season.
That's not
for us to be fifth. And yeah, but you said the improvement has only come in January.
No, I didn't. No. Whoa. Everyone stop for a bit. Everyone stop, please. Sorry, I need to respond. Sorry. I didn't say only. I said vast. There was improvements at the beginning. We did get clean sheets. We did win games in the beginning. But overall, it wasn't clicking together like it has done now. I didn't say all. So again, this is how you know you've lost a debate, when you have to lie about what I've said blatantly in front of hundreds of people that are tuning in. Sorry, Agal, you were going to say something, mate. Go on, bro.
You guys don't look past West Ham. I know this you're going to start laughing, but seriously, this is the Premier League. Any team can win.
I know that.
I hear when I hear you guys getting confident about the game, of course you're going to be confident about how your team's playing, but I just want to show you guys something. Antonio has been on a tear. This guy has now 9 goals, and I think 6 of them or 5 of them have come since the restart. When you talk about players that have been on form, another guy, Bowen, that they signed in the January window, another guy, the midfielder, Thomas Schulak, Czech Republic player. You guys are always going to talk about Manchester United because that's the bigger club. But when it comes to West Ham, they're not pushovers, Terry. And who
said they're a pushover?
You said Terry.
Who said they're slow down. Then why would you say I said they're a pushover if I didn't say they're a pushover?
You said you think Man United are going to beat them.
I do, but that doesn't mean they're a pushover.
Okay.
You're literally putting words in my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay. Maybe I was putting words in your mouth. But one thing, when you say you think you're going to beat them easy, I'm just coming in here saying, hey, trying to give a West Ham perspective. I'm not a West Ham fan.
I'm not saying they're going to be easy. I just think we're going to be that good.
Well, hang on. So, Igal, you're an Arsenal fan, right?
Yeah.
So, do you have that level of do you have that level of like wooziness or uneasiness when West Ham play Arsenal ever? Like
I'm not gonna lie to you.
when West Ham comes to the Emirates every single season, are you like, this is one of the teams that could potentially beat us?
I'm not
Do
gonna
you
lie
act
to
like
you.
that? Do you act like that for your own team?
I think I was at the West Ham versus Arsenal game at the Emirates. We
Mhm.
only won that game because of a VAR decision where that was overturned, where Lacazette scored a goal. We won 1-0.
Right.
My point was
Right.
not West Ham is a serious club and you should be worried about them. My point is this is the Premier League. Anyone can
But
win.
we know that.
And when I'm
But
hearing,
we know
when I'm
that.
hearing,
But I know
when I'm
that.
hearing-
That
when I'm
mate, that
hearing
doesn't
how
need to be
confident
said.
you guys are,
That doesn't need to
When
be
I'm-
said when somebody asks me what I think is going to happen. I've not disrespected West Ham. I'm not saying they're a trash club. I'm not saying what I have said today, what I have put out is I do want us to slap them just to shut up David Moyes talking about himself being unlucky. We've got a few more callers on here I want to speak to. Everyone stay on though. We've got who we've got on here. We've got Asim. Sorry. What do you want to say, bro? But sorry, before you do that, we've got Dinesh with the super chat. Says Liverpool bought Van Dijk in 2018 and became a much better team. Yeah, we saw that. Asim Hussein, what do you want to say, my bro?
I just want to talk about this game. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be before I go into that, the last time I came on here, I was talking about mentality. Do you remember, Terry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was when we drew to Southampton, and I was talking about if this team has the mentality to bounce back, and they did. We beat Palace. It was squeaky bum time, but we beat Palace. Now that we've lost the game and our unbeaten runs come to an end in all competitions, can we bounce back? Do we have that mentality? These are two massive games, West Ham and Leicester, and on top of that is David Moyes. It is going to be tough, but I think with the quality that we have with Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Martial and Rashford, I think we'll wipe the floor with them.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna. Again, I'll rephrase what I've said. I'm not gonna say we're gonna breeze past, but I think we'll win 3-4-0. I said 4-0 this morning, so I'll stand by that. I'm really, really confident in the way we're playing at the moment. But of course, West Ham have got dangerous players. If we let up, then that's there. I mean, on the Antonio thing, yeah, he scored a lot of goals, but let's be honest, he scored 4 goals against Norwich, who weren't playing football, and you take that away. I know people say you can't discount it. I'm sorry. It was just, they weren't even great goals. It was just awful. Honestly, it was awful. I ain't seen anything like it. But he's a decent player. He can be a handful. However, I think we're going to have too much for him. I really, really do. And I respect what they're doing as a team. But I think we'll see him through. We're going to sit third tonight. Then let's wait and see what happens against with Liverpool versus Chelsea. But I am really confident going into that. And I'm going to be confident, as I say, with the way we're playing and the way we're performing in recent weeks. Who else we're adding to? We've got a few more people added to the show now. I want to get some more opinions on some of this. We've got George. George, who do you support, mate?
I support Swansea. Pussy!
It's the same guy. The same dude. He comes on all the time. It's so weird. So weird. I know. There we go. Cameron, you're in the house. What you saying, bro?
Fellas, how you doing? Good. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of chat about I hear what Gal is saying when he hears like the confidence in the voices, just to back him a bit, because I do hear what he's saying. It makes it seem like we're overly confident, but the truth be told, going up against West Ham, that now has nothing to play for, and we have everything to play for. We have to be that confident in our team at this point after the run we've been on. They're not going to be a pushover, let's be honest, but I see exactly why Terry has that confidence, because I have the same confidence. Like, I'm looking at this game as the team understands, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I think the Leicester game is being overstated of its importance. If we win this game 3-0, let's say, Leicester has to beat us by like 4-1 or 4-0 or match that to get into the Champions League at that point. Like, we could actually lose the Leicester game, I think, if we win this game. When I looked at
So I'm getting confused now. Is it done on head-to-heads or goal difference or goals
it's
scored?
Goal difference.
It's done on goal difference.
It's goal difference. So I actually was wrong and I looked it up. So it's goal difference. So I think the Leicester game is being overstated by a lot of people. This is the game. If we go out and batter West Ham, we just have to make sure Leicester doesn't beat us by the same amount.
I think that the Leicester game was being talked up as being a potential huge game prior to Leicester losing to Tottenham. Once they got beat by Tottenham, then that game it's sunk in importance in the minds of Manchester United. So like they
Yeah.
could do what they need to do today, and then the
Yeah.
Leicester game is just kind of, whatever, don't lose, be professional type deal.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
by the goal difference too, right? Them not scoring a goal was massive. So it's
Yeah.
I think this is the game, and I believe like it is true. Like we have 1 foot in Champions League if we win this game, and then when we go up against Leicester, it'd be fantastic to beat them or whatnot. But I think what Ollie's going to be drilling in their heads today is you go out and you beat West Ham, you handle your business. Whatever happens against Leicester happens against Leicester, but we can probably beat Leicester again since we've already beat them.
Yeah.
So I think this is the game.
Yeah, no, I get that. Tonight is the more important of the two in many ways. And then if we win, it then makes me very confident for the Leicester game because they're going to have to. They will, especially if we win well tonight by 3+ goals. And that's why I think, I said before, like the AWB thing, okay, he's getting a bit of a rest. But I sort of feel like he's playing his strongest teams tonight to get that win, get those goals. If we win by 3+ goals, Leicester will have to come out and attack Man United hard, which, you know what that means for us. We can use our speed and our pace on that counter.
Strengths.
Yeah, exactly. It plays exactly the Man United strengths. And listen, can I see us lose? If we win well tonight, can I then see us losing by 3 or 4 goals to Leicester on the final day of the season?
No.
I can't. We've not lost by more than 2 goals all season, even when we were rubbish. So I cannot see that happening as an example. But as you know, football is a weird and wonderful game. Who knows? Like they scored 2 quick goals, Leicester. We'll all be panicking a little bit. But I think the problem with a lot of rivals is they're seeing Man United's improvement, and the banter has been for weeks. All these great wins, but you've been just sitting in 5th. Well, we've been closing the gap, and tonight the gap ends. Tonight we go 3rd. And that's a real thumb in the eye for so many rivals. A massive thumb in the eye who have just consistently put Ollie down. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to beat him tonight and sit 3rd in that table. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. Agal, I'll come to you in 1 second, sir. Super chat from Dinesh says Bruno Fernandes has made Man United better, and I would love to have him at Liverpool. Dinesh, my guy, thank you for being nice and honest. Agal, over to you, mate.
Honestly, bro, Man United are doing good. And I like the fact that you're grounded and you're not getting overhyped. But one thing I will tell you is you're allowed to do that. And also, if your team wins today, I think Cameron's right. You don't have to worry anymore. You can go into that Leicester game comfy. But can you be confident in the group of players that you have today and say that they are ready for these big pressure games? Because I don't think this group of players have been have they been in as big of a game as today is before.
Yeah,
I mean, some of these players have played in Europa League finals. So
that was the biggest.
I mean,
game.
one player that's starting tonight played in a World Cup final.
right, playing the World Cup final. So there's that. Yeah.
I'll answer.
Okay, and the other thing, you look at your lineup. The 2 changes from your best 11, I would say, is that your two fullbacks. Are you guys worried about them getting exposed?
No.
Or you have 100% confidence in them?
So, can I take this one real quick because I've been thinking about this. The AWB thing is kind of interesting because if you look at how West Ham's been playing, it's kind of like I call it Brexit football. Like they've been going and I've been watching House and everybody. It's pretty funny. Like Brexit, but it's a lot of long balls. It's a lot of hold up play, a lot of physicality. You don't have to worry about guys running past us on the wings. That's not a thing they do. So you have a Timothy Fosu-Mensah and you have a Brandon Williams. These guys are gritty. The way they play, like Brandon Williams is an in-your-face defender, and Fosu-Mensah's got that bulk to him. He's got that size. He's going to be able to stand up against these guys. Where I'm worried is Victor Lindelof. That's where I'm worried. I'm not worried about the wingbacks or the fullbacks. I'm worried about Victor Lindelof because he's the one who gets bullied. So they're going to attack him, and the hope is, for me, is that he stands up and gets counted for and earns that Iceman nickname because he will be the problem. It's not going to be Brandon Williams, and I think Fosu-Mensah are going to be up for this because they got a lot to prove. These are young players who are trying to earn their spot.
Yeah. Do you know what I find really interesting? There's psychology to a lot of this as well. Two things I find interesting. One, Agal, whenever you talk Arsenal, you're 10th, bro, and you're so positive. Man United are about to move into 3rd place, and you're really negative about us. It's funny. I love seeing it. I love seeing the challenge. It's great. When it comes to the back, Lindelof for me is been the weakest link this season in our back line. But yet he gets the least amount of attention. AWB gets a lot of focus because a lot of rivals don't want him to be as good as their right backs. Luke Shaw gets a lot of attention, mainly. I'm one of these guys, mainly because of the burgers and the weight and stuff like that, right? Maguire then gets a big focus because of the massive focus because of his price tag. But I had a guy come to me yesterday talking about how bad Maguire was in the game against Chelsea. And there was an own goal, and there was a very comical bit of dribbling near the end where a pass came into the middle and it went wide. But he gave the ball away with passes only 3 times in that game. For instance, Pogba did it 5 times, and he was only on for like 30-odd minutes or so. But every other player that started the game gave the ball away with passes between 2 to 5 times more than Maguire in that game. But it was Maguire who was focused on for making bad decisions on the ball. And that's because we have this, you've got confirmation bias that needs to be fed. And then you use availability bias to fill that up. Oh, look, there's a couple of bad passes. That tells me he makes more mistakes than anybody else, rather than looking at the overall picture. And yeah, I've got some concerns about Fosu-Mensah and Williams because they're young and inexperienced, and Fosu-Mensah it's only his second game of the season, as an example. But West Ham are not going to be attacking us like Chelsea were attacking us. So it doesn't really worry me. It's going to be long balls into the middle. They will use the wings, but that'll be from balls being knocked down. Williams had a bad game the other day, but he's a kid. And that was his first really poor game I've seen him have in a Man United shirt. And I think that he'll bounce back from that.
I'll say, I don't think a girl's been harsh when he says about, are they ready for the big game? I think that's quite harsh to say, because you guys have done quite well recently. You had a good run. I know unbeaten runs don't mean much if you stay in 5th, but it still means a lot in terms of your progress. What I would say, which just is a really big important factor, is your fitness level. That could be a really big determinant whether you guys really push for this large victory or whether you just hold back in this snatch and grab kind of thing, because your fitness in the last few games has been quite poor. Your squad depth is very poor, and you're not able to rotate as easily. And if you're not winning by at least a goal or 2 goals from like the 67th minute, can he really afford to take off Pogba and all that? So
yeah, no, mate, bro, mate, I get that. I literally get that. But I think most teams have suffered with that during lockdown. I think when you look at the records of most teams, everyone's had those moments of like really good wins and then really abject, tired, lethargic performances, because it's unprecedented what we've done. We've played more games in a month than an international team would during the World Cup if they won it. And I don't know. Someone can prove me wrong. I don't know if during a summer month this many Premier League games have been played before, or this many top flight games have been played before in this kind of heat, and with everything else that's going on. And the substitutions help. However, you then get a bit of pre-season in that. You know when you watch a pre-season game and your team makes 5-6 subs and then the whole thing becomes a little bit disjointed? I kind of feel like that's happened a lot. You bring on 5 subs in the space of 10 minutes and then it's a little bit of... you look a little bit discombobulated. So there's so many unnatural factors that go into this. But I do agree. If we're 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go, I will be feeling nervous. There's no doubt about it, because that's desperation to win. Yeah. But I'm confident. Go on, mate.
I think you'll beat West Ham, because Chelsea's problem. I'm a Chelsea fan, innit? Chelsea's problem, it wasn't really the defense. It was just because we didn't take our chances. We didn't create that much. Whereas your team doesn't have a problem with creating chances and finishing them off. So that's the only reason why we've lost a lot of our games against a lower position. We haven't taken on chances, been hit on the counter, and then that's how we lost our games. If you watch our games, we dominate possession, which you guys do the opposite. You guys don't dominate possession as much, but you just take your chances. And that's why I think you'll win the game. Even if your defense is shaky, I think it's outscore them at Bournemouth.
I hope so. I hope so.
Hey, Terry, I wasn't coming on here trying to slag you guys off.
I know you weren't. Mate, no, don't. I'm sorry to cut in. It's fine. Like, for me, it's good. I want to see some of that.
Yeah, man, bring the smoke. I'm happy.
No, but I was trying to come from a point where, of course, you guys are going to be confident going into the game, but you need somebody to sometimes just maybe just show you a little bit of what possibly could happen. Don't always just think it's impossible. Even if you give it a 10% chance. Bro,
I have never been like that. Very rarely. I might predict a win, I might predict a loss, but I very rarely do something from the point of view of, this is it, we've got this, we're going to smash them. Very rarely do I do that. I always feel like that's tempting fate, if that makes sense to be that. Got a super chat here I wanted to share on the screen quickly. You'll see it there. Just put it up. It says, Unai Emery sacked 10th. Arteta appointed 10th. We have the best youngsters 10th. Arsenal beat Liverpool 10th. Aubameyang is the best striker 10th. Arsenal beat City 10th. You lose to Villa 10th. Sorry, it's a super chat, so I have to show these. I'm really sorry, but that's funny.
Arsenal fans in general, just,
We win the FA
they
Cup.
get too hyped. No, I'm
What do you-
sorry, FA Cup doesn't. No, I'm
Can I
sorry.
ask you a question,
If we
Egal?
win the FA Cup, it doesn't
Question.
matter.
Egal, question.
Finish what team.
Egal, question. If I stood there in front of you now and said Champions League football and Jadon Sancho coming to your club or winning the FA Cup, which would you pick, honestly?
Of course, you're gonna pick Champions League football and a big signing like Sancho.
Yeah, so don't say FA Cup. It doesn't.
No,
matter,
I'm
doesn't change
trying
the fact
to-
that you are. You have to
Okay.
be real with it. I'm a real Chelsea fan. If Lampard wins the FA Cup, we get top 4. He's way overachieved. If Arteta wins the FA Cup, like it's just an average season.
Okay,
So
but
we
I'm
gotta
not
jump
comparing.
back
I'm not
season,
comparing. I'm not comparing Arsenal to Man United. I'm not comparing Arsenal to even Chelsea right now. What I'm saying is, if you guys are talking about us being 10th, why does it matter? Anyone who finishes outside of Europe, if you finish 10th or if you finish 7th, it doesn't mean shit.
Well,
But I got a question for the Chelsea fan though. If you were, let's say like the year everything goes as planned for you or not as planned. Let's say you go on and you win the FA Cup, but you drop to the Liverpool today and Wolves knock you out of the Champions League next on Sunday.
Yeah.
How would you not look back and maybe trade that FA Cup win against us? Or no?
100% no, 100% no, because that's retrospect.
Okay.
If you look back on things in retrospect, So in reality, like the reason why I have to say this is because I have to build up my team. Everyone there is soft. Like, go on.
No, I'm saying cash your team. I'm okay with that. Keep going.
Yeah, like Man United done very well too, but Chelsea weren't predicted to do anything anybody else to do. I remember pundits, fans, even football test people say, "Oh, we'll get lucky to get sixth." If we end up, I'm not saying we will, because I don't have expectations like that. But if we do end up winning the FA Cup and get top 4, he's got to be up there for manager of the season, contender, 100%. And I also think if Arsenal did win it, it would mean
I don't know if I
their
go that
club
far.
in terms of progress. But
yeah, well, I think Lampard. I think Lampard could be in terms of like a shortlist for manager of the year for doing what he's done. I mean, for me, still, I was Jurgen Klopp all year, but now that they've just won the league and there's no sort of special element to it, for me, Wilder's the manager of the year. But I feel like I get where you're coming from on that. But Egal, on your point about the league table, whether you finish 7th or 10th, it's the same. It isn't, because the league is the barometer for who from best to worst is. So for me, I'd rather be the 7th best team than the 10th best team.
There's also money. There's also significant cash.
Yeah,
cash
if you finish 10th instead of 7th, you're about 6 million, 7 million pound worse off, and for you guys need every penny you can get. So for me, I'd be raging if I was 10th. Like, I'd be raging. What if you drop one more place, right? Well, if you go, if next season you drop, if you drop down the league by one more place next season, you're gonna have to wait a whole 30 seconds extra on match of the day to see where you are in the table, bruv. Like, you have to wait for him to switch that table over. That's the embarrassing bit. Like, you're not there, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Terry, it's mathematically impossible for us to be 11th, but at the same time.
No, I said next season. Next season. I said.
Okay, when it comes to 7th and 10th, if we win the FA Cup, it's the equivalent of us finishing 6th, because we're automatically in Europe and we don't have to do any
but it's not in terms of
not.
it's not in terms of the barometer for who the best to worst team is.
not.
You're still the
But I see what you're
10th
saying.
best team in the Premier
We won
League.
the FA Cup, so
I can understand what
doesn't
he's
mean
saying there,
much.
though. I see what he means. He's saying though, but he's trying to base it on like the achievement, because at the end of the day, if the goal was for Arsenal to get into Europe, which they can't without winning the FA Cup, if they do end up winning the FA Cup, then for him as a fan, not really looking at that backhand financial part that we're saying, he's like, all the same to me. Like, we're in Europe. I don't care that we finish 10th. Next year, we just have to show that we're better.
Well,
so that's what
I
get what he's saying there. I get what he's saying.
No, I understand it.
I would even say this: for Arteta to win the FA Cup in his first year in charge would be a great achievement for him as a manager. But for Arsenal Football Club to finish in 10th is diabolically bad.
But boys,
So,
to put the
like,
question
but
back-
Chelsea
like,
finished
like,
10th
here, hold
and
on.
won the league the next
No,
year.
But to be fair, to be fair,
Egal, you didn't just say that.
Don't disrespect my club.
Oh,
Let's
Egal.
keep it real. Look,
No, Egal, you're wrong. Egal, you're wrong.
guys are
You're
talking
wrong.
about- I understand.
And
You're
the-
wrong.
and the-
Our clubs are complete.
Egal,
different.
But-
sorry,
but
guys.
even when they finished-
Egal, that's a wrong example. Yes, they were 10th and then won the league, but the year before that, they'd won the league.
Yeah, they won the year before that, they won the league.
It's wrong. False equivalence, bro.
I think a better example,
What
guys.
about Liverpool?
No. Here's a better example, Gal, and I'm gonna help you out here. A better example is when we finished 6th or 5th in the league. When we finished 6th or whatever with Jose, and then we won Europa to get into Champions League. We didn't care where we were in the league. We didn't care. I'm gonna say that right. At least me as a fan and as a United fan, I was like, win the damn Europa League so we can get into UCL. That's all I cared about. So I can see. I'm just saying I see his perspective, and I think that's a better example. The Chelsea one's terrible because Chelsea, whatever happened to Chelsea was weird, but they were always the best team or one of the best teams in the league, whereas we were not, and we had to go this weird alternate route that Jose took because he didn't even try in the league to get into Champions League because he knew with the squad we had, there's no chance we were finishing top 4. He knew that. I'll give Jose that. So we had to win.
Even in the season when Manchester United finished second, but finished like 19 odd points off of first, there were so many fans that were outcrying of how poor of a season it was.
It was
So there's got to be there's levels. There's levels there, and I think that for Arsenal Football Club, I don't think that there's any way you could spin a 10th place finish at come the end of the season and say it's good.
Terrible.
There's no way you could. And if you can spin it that way, then I think you need to check your expectations as a fan of that great football club and see how far they've fallen.
That's
Exactly.
Listen,
point.
I'm not
Because-
trying to. I'm not
No,
trying to
wait,
spin
wait,
it.
wait, one second. That's a perfect point, yeah. Because the expectations is why we think they're deluded. Because they really think that they're this massive. It's going to be like 17 years next year. Like you really have to realize that you're not there anymore. Like your expectations have to drop. You've been top 4 for when Wenger was in there for years and years and years. That's still not winning the league or pushing. And in Champions League, you wasn't going anywhere.
Do you know? Oh, that's
You made
not,
to
yeah,
one
mate.
final, so it's like.
I agree. Someone asked me a question last night, and they said, "Do I think?" Prime asked me. He said, "Do I think Arsenal could get relegated?" And I gave a bit of a long-winded answer, really, but essentially, I thought about it a bit last night, and no, I think Arsenal could still drop a couple of places in the league if it goes wrong under Arteta. But the biggest issue that Arsenal have got is with Newcastle coming up. It's going to take them a couple of years. Leicester are a better run club and have a better team. Tottenham, I'm still and ahhing, but I still think they're slightly in front of Arsenal. If they come good this summer, maybe. You've got Wolves that are a better run club. Let's see what Sheffield United do, but I'm not going to keep them in that mix right now. And then you've got the teams that I think are going to finish top 4: Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, that will move on this summer. I think Arsenal over the next 2 or 3 years, their fight isn't top 4. Arsenal's fight for the next 2 or 3 years is getting back into the top 8. And then once Newcastle starts spending money, they are going to make it so hard for you because Leicester have already made it hard for you. Wolves have already made it hard for you. And those teams are also going to improve at the same time because they're backed by billionaires who pump money in. And they've got Premier League TV money. Trust me, Arsenal are in big trouble. Arsenal are in massive trouble as a football club.
It's because of the way they're run. But it's
That's not harsh. It's a reality. It's a reality.
Let me tell you. It's relative.
What's relative?
Of course, it's relative.
What's relative?
Back when we were consistently getting top 4, it was stagnating. Now that we're dropping, guys are saying they're going to just see us keep dropping. My point is, of course, Arsenal are in a bad situation. What I can see at the end of the tunnel is there's been a whole change of the back room. Everybody has changed. Almost the manager, from the chief of director, everybody. And what I can see is that they're trying to build a new foundation. And that takes time, yes. But at the same time, we're 10th right now, and you guys are going to be slating us. But if we would have won maybe the Tottenham game and yesterday's game, we'd be back in Europe.
Yeah,
and you guys would be saying, you guys wouldn't be saying that we'd be struggling to get top 8.
And gave Cedric a 4-year deal. So you say it's changed, but why are they giving Cedric a 4-year deal? Why are they giving David Luiz an extra extension? And don't tell me the Man City Liverpool games, because hindsight again. They happened after the fact.
Okay,
Gal, I hear your point, bro. I hear your point, and this isn't about bantering you. I'm being totally serious in the sense of those clubs are going to, in my opinion, will spend more money than you. That in itself makes it difficult. And then once you've got past those teams, so you're a bigger club than Newcastle, Leicester, Tottenham, and Wolves put together. I'm actually not worried about Everton because I think Everton have got this money, but they just don't know what they're doing with it. Honestly, they remind me of do you guys remember Mickey Carroll? He was this chav on a housing estate that won the lottery in the UK, won 30 million, and he just spent it all on nonsense and was broke again. That kind of reminds me of Everton a little bit. They're just spending. I mean, they dropped. They nearly spent 30. Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing, right? But from my point of view, I sort of look at it and just think to myself, you've got to get past those 4 teams first. And by the time you've done that, who knows where Chelsea, Man United, and Man City and Liverpool will be. And I think it's a long, long time until Arsenal become a Champions League team again via winning a top 4 position and or winning the league.
It's also sad. It's like people don't understand life in general is full of cycles. And it's not bad to say Arsenal aren't where they used to be. Like, it is where it is. There's no point getting upset about it, trying to banter Man United fans, Chelsea fans, saying our clubs are doing this. If you focus on yourself and you look at your history since you won the league, you've stagnated and now you're regressing. So it's like we're not even bantering anymore. It's just reality. Like, this happens to Chelsea. This happens to us in 5 years' time. You'll see me sit here humbly and go, yeah, we're going downhill. Like, I just don't like how fans are trying to make it sound like they're not. But we're all seeing what's going on before our eyes.
Yeah, do you know what I would say?
I think.
Go on, Gal.
I think if this is a graph, I feel like we're at the bottom of the graph, and I can only see it going back up. Where you guys are saying you see us on a downward trajectory, and you see it still going down. What I'm saying is, I think Arteta's the manager and the guy who can help us get out of the situation.
Based on what, though? Based on what?
Based on.
Well, no. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
We've seen him get results against the big teams, which we haven't been able to get over the past couple of seasons. And we've seen him get an uptake in the morale of the club. And it seems like we actually have a leader in the back room, where before, when I looked at Emery, when I looked at these other guys, after Arsene Wenger left, there was no figurehead at the club. Now we have a figurehead at the club who's demanding from the board already in after games, demanding that investment.
Everyone is signing today.
Do you know what, Agal? What I would say, Agal
was never taken serious by the fan base.
Agal, let me just say this to you, Agal. Listen, I don't disagree that Mikel Arteta is going to try and make it better. This is where I would put this in, and go back to what I said originally. If this attempt under Arteta fails, for whatever reason, whether it's Arteta not being good enough, him not being backed, whatever the reason is, if this one fails, that, for me, is the underpinning reason why you're not going to come up. What I feel like you've been doing for the last 17 years, it's almost like you've been sinking, but sinking slowly. Like, you've been bobbing, and every time you bob, you get a little bit deeper. Does that make sense? It hasn't been a straight drop, like Leeds all those years ago, from being near the Champions League to being relegated inside a year. It's been a slow decline. And you're here now. You're right down here in 10th. That's where you are. You've bobbed down to there. Now, you're putting a plan of action to get yourselves back up. But one thing the fans have got to get on board with is it could take you 4 or 5 years to climb back up even to the top 4 race. It could. And until you just allow someone time to do that, it isn't going to work. But I don't have faith as a rival in your board to do it. I just don't. I just don't. And until they prove me wrong, and I don't mean like the great plan, great this, great that. You need to see proof in the pudding. And when you're giving David Luiz an extra year and you Cedric, that might be good moves so that you've got positions there until you sign people. But if you go through this summer and you make no significant signings, you know man ain't getting backed like with what he needs, because you can't compete at the highest level if you don't have player for player the same qualities. You just can't. No matter how good a coach he is, it isn't going to work. But boys, listen, we could talk all day. Game's about to kick off. We'll let everyone know when this game finishes. I'm going to do my own match review for about 10 minutes myself. I'm then going to watch the Liverpool-Chelsea game. And then after that, we're going to do a big, big show tonight covering both games. Fans to call in, have a little bit of banter. So we'll share that link a little bit later.
Is there a link we could join on? Because sometimes my thing doesn't work.
I'm going to share it with specific people to start with. So we don't do that. And then I'll put it...
Right, if you could send me a link on Skype.
Yeah, cool. I'll do that, bro. No worries at all. All right, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Yeah, take care. Thank you.
Thanks.
Take care, everyone. Thank you. Listen, hit the like and share button for me. Everyone tuning in, by the way, do me a big, big favor. Big favor. What I need you people to do for me is download Hot Mic. All the information for Hot Mic is inside the description below. Really important to us as a channel to get that downloaded. As I say, use promo code TFT to get it done. Come follow Hot Mic over there. We're going to give away 2 more shirts of your choice. Man United if you're a United fan. Chelsea if you're a Chelsea fan. Get it downloaded right now. There's quite a lot of people over there watching as well. Hello to Big Boss. Hello to Matt P. Everyone over there on Hot Mic tuning in. We're on 2,412 followers over there. I'd love to get that onto 2,450 by the end of the stream. That would be absolutely amazing. So please go and support us. Josh Sutton with another super chat here. He says, oh, hang on. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? I refreshed the screen by mistake and I lost it. Let's get that back on my screen. Josh says, Arsenal were 2 points behind United when Arteta took over. They are now 9 points, I think. Arsenal are a 5-year project if Arteta lasts that long. Yeah, and I think they could go, they were 2 points behind, and I think they're 9 points, as you say, behind now. That could, of course, spread to 12 points if Man United win tonight. And that's a significant amount of points. It's a significant amount of points when you consider where we were at that point. So a long, long way to go for Arsenal. It really, really is. But as I say, hit that like button. Please hit the share button as well. Kickoff is about to happen here. It's Man United versus West Ham. And I am feeling nervous. I can't even lie. I'm genuinely feeling nervous now. I'm confident but nervous, of course, because I want to win, because I care about my club very, very, very much indeed. But here we go. Get back to kick off. Players, of course, going to take their knee in support, rightfully so, of Black Lives Matter. That's been done. Here we go. Game's about to go. Comment here from Chelsea fan who says, what's the Kai Havertz news? Kai Havertz news is going to come tomorrow now. I've been told to sit on it for a day, but the Kai Havertz news is mad. I've been sent a piece of information and a document that's amazing. So Chelsea fans, be very, very excited for that when I drop that news. It's not out in any media outlets yet. It's been sent exclusively to me due to a friend of a friend. Can't wait to break that news about Kai Havertz tomorrow, even before Fabrizio does. If it comes out before me, then I know my guy sent it to somebody else as well, but I got it. It's amazing. It's been verified today because I've reached out to the individual that sent it. So that'll be coming tomorrow. That's what I wanted to wait for, essentially, but then we were too close to game time. So thank you very much, Yakiran CFC, for that super chat. It means a great deal to us when everybody does that. Score predictions, please. I'm going for 4-0 Man United win. Here is Fosu Mensah on the ball. Low block already from West Ham here. Looking just to... Nice, lovely bit of skill there by Pogs. Squares that ball here. Here goes Maguire. We've already held on to the ball longer in this game than we did for any moment against Chelsea. So I'm already happy. Here's young Williams going forward. Oh, finds Greenwood here. Greenwood's going to shoot. Oh, he just nearly got away with it. Martial. Oh, played just behind Rashford. Already, you can see the nerves there a little. Rashford's offside there. Can we see a little bit of nerves in West Ham already? United just want to come out, get that early goal, settle those nerves from the other day. There we go. Jamie says 3-0 United. Emmanuel thinks 6-0. 6-0. Hopefully. I hope. I pray. I pray we can deliver something like that. That'd be amazing. There we go. Are Chelsea fans bothered about this game? Did Chelsea fans care about Man United winning or losing? Or did it not really matter to you? What do Chelsea fans want to happen here? It's nice by Fosu Mensah. Finds Bruno. Bruno's pass. It's a lovely pass by him. Finds Martial. Martial is going to go on the outside. Shoots! Good save! Good save by Fabianski. Man United already getting in on the act 2 minutes in. The pass from Bruno was absolutely brilliant. Started with Fosu Mensah. Plays to Bruno on the right. He plays a wonderful ball in behind. There's not much there West Ham can do. It's a good shot by Martial. Good save as well by Fabianski to push it away in the way in which he did. Very, very good indeed. Pogba switches the play beautifully here to young Williams. Williams looking to drive into the box. Comes back, finds Rashi. He's got Matic on the edge of the box who he finds. Into Bruno. Lovely first touch. It's so close there by Mason. Good intricate play there by United early on in this game. Going for that jugular straight away. It's the right thing to get that early goal, United. That's what you need to do. Get the early goal. That's the important element. Get the early goal. Here's Bruno. Feeds it into lovely to Mason Greenwood. Shoots! Oh, good save, keeper. What a start by Manchester United. 2 chances created in 3 minutes by the man, the legend. Legend in the making, Bruno Fernandes. Mason there looking really, really sharp early on. Really good start here by Manchester. Diop looks like he might have picked up an injury, though. We'll just see what transpires with that. Or he kind of... Yeah, look at that, champ. Both of those examples. But here we go. Jem thinks 6-0. 6-0? Come on. To West Ham. Can you imagine? If we get beat 6-0 by West Ham tonight, I'll close my channel down. Oh, Rashford, poor touch. Can he recover? It's going to be given as a foul. That's a lovely play there, I think, by Diop at the back. I think it was Diop. It was. West Ham getting their first bit of possession in this game now. Ball's back with Agbona. He finds... I want to say that's Noble. It's a good start by United, though. You see the interchange with our forward men. Rashford's currently gone central. Lovely defending and covering there by Hazard. Harry Maguire at the back. Excellent play from him. Matic now on the ball. Nice positive start here by Man United. Really is. Martial that's still out on the left here. Picks the ball up. He cuts on the inside. He's got some options. Just keep it simple. No need to panic. Williams now back in possession. Nice press here from West Ham. United keeping hold of the ball well. It's lovely here. Matic in possession. Plays it into Greenwood. Nice touch and turn. He goes back to Pogba. Pogba's got options out to his right in Fosu Mensah. Fosu Mensah picked up the ball. Back to Paul Pogba. United just moving it side to side again. Oh, so nice. Matic plays the pass in. Rashford goes to dummy. It doesn't quite come off, but it's the right idea. Bowen here going down the left-hand side. He's up against Williams. Williams is tracking him back well. Don't foul him, Williams. Just stay with him. Lovely defending there by young Williams. Absolutely brilliant. And he wins a throw-in. Absolutely great young man. After the torrid time he had Sunday, he probably needed a moment like that, and he gets it. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Excellent indeed. I don't know what that was there by Rashford. It's one of the worst passes I've ever seen in my life. It went up in the air, but we do get the ball back. Might have bobbled just before his foot. Pogba to Matic. It's a nice start here. Nice start. 5 minutes on the clock. Here's Pogba. Have a shot, Pogs. Crosses. Oh, just behind Martial. Just behind him. So close. Again, just another near miss there for West Ham. But they are penned in so deep already. It's unbelievable. For this early on in the game, I don't think I've ever seen a team sit so deep at Old Trafford from the first moment. United are coming out. They're on a mission. An absolute mission right here. Just to put any baggage to bed, essentially. Any demons to bed from the other day. Send out a message. And do you know what? In recent games, even home and away, we haven't looked as competent as this on the ball, and it's nice to see again. Like I said, there'll be a reaction to the performance today. So far, we're getting it 6 minutes in. Bruno with the ball in a very deep position here on the right. He's got options. It's hard to break down this West Ham team, though. This low block's very difficult to break down. Pogba in a deep line position here, just doing what he does best. The one good thing here, and maybe they can't play any other way, the West Ham are not pressing United. That's where we do struggle, especially in our own half, but they're not willing to press us. So they're basically saying, come and try and break us down and see what you can do. Maybe try and catch us on the counter-attack like they did to Chelsea so successfully just a week or so ago. Matic now on the ball. Into Rashford. Back to Matic. Matic misses his control there, though. It's lovely. Lovely pass to Bruno in a half space. Oh, Bruno's pass nearly found Fosu Mensah. Oh, always going for those killer passes. Bruno picks the ball back up now. To Matic. United are looking very, very dangerous here. Fosu Mensah finds the ball in a good position. He gets the cross in. It's going to be a goal kick. It looked like it may have been a corner, but it looks like it took a double ricochet. Double ricochet there. Loads have come on you irons here. Bruno's having a stinker. Yeah. Yeah. He's created 2 chances in the opening 3 minutes, but he's having a stinker. I love it. I love being a big club. I love what comes with it. West Ham come forward for the first time in the game. It's cut out well by Lindelof. Throw in deep in Man United's half here. Just as we get towards the 10-minute mark of this first half. Antonio's going to throw this into the box. Route 1 football. Why do I have a horrible feeling like we're going to concede here? Goes short here. Cresswell back to Antonio. It's a good play from him. He gets around Mason Greenwood. He's fouled, but they get silly by Mason Greenwood. Didn't really need to pull Antonio there. Free kick in a dangerous position. On the corner of the 18-yard box. Just got overpowered there, Mason. Pulls him back. Probably didn't need to. This is more dangerous than having a shot, in my opinion. It's going to be whipped in here. You've got Noble. And you've got Cresswell standing over. Will it be an in-swinger or an out-swinger? Normally from these positions, you would use an in-swinger. Causes more problems for the goalkeeper. United's line's deep. It's an outswinger. Well, it's left go. The United left that go. Very good commanding play there by Maguire in the middle to ensure nothing came of that. Excellent from him. Absolutely excellent. Excellent play. That's where defenders and goalies work together, because the defenders can only see, that's it. See? Playing at the back, we got press. Just get rid of it. Don't take stupid risks when you don't need to. See, we end up winning the throw from that. Maguire was right to clear that because he was under a lot of pressure. There's no point playing silly buggers there. No point putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. And I think more footballers have got to learn to do that and be like that. Oh, Matic there puts Williams in trouble, but Williams recovers very, very well indeed. Well overhit pass that he gets to first. Matic driving forward here. Finds Pogba here. Squares it to Pogba. Pogba's going to try and switch this play. He does. Needs a good touch and Bruno gets it. Bruno's out here on the wide left. Finds Rashi. Rashi now to Williams. It's going to be a foul to Man United out wide on the left-hand side. United look to take it quickly. They do. Rashford's dispossessed there by young Johnson. Johnson, of course, I think, is it Ben Johnson, the fullback? I think it's his second Premier League start. It's the first time he's played back-to-back games. Oh, Matic loses the ball in the middle here. West Ham are going to try and come forward. It's Mark Noble. Switches the play to Fornals. Back inside here. Declan Rice on the ball. Not seeing much of Declan Rice yet in his opening 10 minutes. Ball played long. Cleared up there by Hazard. No problems at all. United come again. Lovely switch of play there. Finds Rashford on the wide left. Got two men around him. He's got Pogba in the middle. It's dinked in. Lovely to Bruno. Oh, Bruno's just offside. It's a lovely pass from Rashford. I love the fact that we try and make these Hollywood balls now. Everybody's got the confidence to do it. There was an easy square ball to Pogba, but it was a lovely dink ball. Oh, and it was onside. But I thought he was giving us offside. Sorry, I don't have commentary on. He's just touched there from Bruno. Wasn't good enough. Well, it was his first touch and then the ball hit his standing leg and went out, and he knows. It was a great opportunity. Wonderful pass there by Marcus Rashford. Wonderful. What you all thinking of this sort of opening 15 minutes? To read some of your comments here. I see it was onside. It was just a bad. It wasn't even a bad touch. The first touch was fine. The ball then just hit his standing leg. Fornals getting in there. Lovely, lovely bit of defending by Harry Maguire there, stopping Fornals getting through. Wonderful reading of the game there to ensure that no danger prevailed from that half-on opportunity. Andy Valentino here says, come on, West Ham. I bet. Of course you want West Ham to do well. Oh, overhit pass there by Victor Lindelof. United just lost their way a little bit this last 4 or 5 minutes. Just need to find their heads. West Ham have come a little bit more into the game, which I actually think will play into our hands. Give us a little bit more space. The way they started out opening 10 minutes on the low block. No room. No room. Antonio here. Back to Cresswell, who just goes long with it. Lindelof clears it up. Then Harry Maguire. Lovely from him. Goes back to the keeper. No problems there at all. Jez here says you're playing well. Yeah, I think, overall start to the game, it has been good from United. A couple of opportunities. We had 2 good attempts on goal. There was a pass into Bruno where Bruno's control just slightly let him down. So, yeah, I mean, that's 3 openings. I said in the build-up, I'm not too worried. Like, if we've not scored goals in the opening 20, 25 minutes, it's what we do after that counts. And it's been a good start from us. And I expect West Ham to come out a bit. It's well cleared up there again by Maguire. Goes long. How can he do that? Williams here picks the ball up, finds Matic. A little bit of space here to play Bruno into. If Matic can find him, he does. Bruno out on the left. He's got Williams looking for the overlap. He goes in first time there towards Martial. Doesn't quite come off. Doesn't quite come off for now. But as I say, good start. Good starts. Everyone tuning in over on Hot Mic. Hi, how are you all doing? Hope you're well. 8 million the Chav Terry. I don't get that. I don't understand that. Make sure you guys have downloaded Hot Mic. Get yourselves over there to watch this stream. Synchronize it with your television. Use my promo code TFT to get that done. It's free. There's no adverts. As I say, you're in time with your television, and it really supports the channel. And if Man United are the first team to score tonight, we're going to give away 2 free Premier League football shirts of your size and club of your choice. So make sure you get that downloaded now. All the information is inside our description below. Matic here moving forward with the ball. Bruno made the nice early run, but nobody went for him. Pulls back with Matic again, finds Pogba. Look at this low block back on again by West Ham. Just looking to try and break him down. A few players sitting in the half space. Right, Martial's in the half space. He brings down, he shoots. Whoa, that's a rocket. Flies over to Bardo. But it's the right thing to be doing. When there ain't a lot of room at this stage in the game, you can certainly have a little pop at goal. Nicely picked up. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Finds Paul Pogba. Pogba into Rashi. Rashi's got 3 men around him, but it falls to Greenwood. Greenwood out wide here to Martial. He's got a bit of time and space this time. What's he going to do? Plays it back. Nice 1-2 with Greenwood. Just can't find an opening yet. There's a bit too much dilly-dallying on the ball there from Anthony Martial. Bruno back to Pogba. Just looking for this space to open up. Bruno. Oh! Sorry, it was Pogba into Martial and the return pass just behind Pogba. But that's the right thing to do. Look for these 1-2s. It's nice football. It's the nice, right thing to be doing. United win it back again in a really dangerous position. It's Matic, but he loses the ball. That's poor from Matic in the end. West Ham again looking really sticky at the moment. Well defended there, Paul Pogba. West Ham throw 20 minutes on the clock. 20 minutes on that clock. Bob Marley, the super chat, says, seen Lee's controversial tweet about an Indian fan. No, I've not seen anything. Send me a link and I'll see it. But I haven't seen anything. West Ham playing a bit of football now. Antonio's going to pick this up down the right. Is he going to get across? And he does. Harry Maguire cuts it out. It's going to be a corner to West Ham. Their first, actually the game's first corner. Good play that by West Ham. Good line there by Man United. Not allowing for any space. This is where I do worry. Most goals, their joint top goal scorers, West Ham, from corners this season with 10. Everton have 10. Liverpool have 10, but they're the best. They're on top of the charts. I'm not too sure why. Maybe they got to 10 before the other two teams. Maybe that's why they're top. So this is the worry. This is the concern. If they get this good delivery right. Oh, it's well cleared by Maguire. Maguire again with the clearance. 3 or 4 times now in this game, he's been the main man to stop that ball coming into the box. Fornals picks it up at the edge. Goes back out to the right. Oh, Maguire's picked up... Williams has picked up a little knock here. Bowen gets it in. It's decent. Maguire away again. Harry Maguire winning that and getting it away. Foul given against him. Harry Maguire has been absolutely immense so far. It's lovely there by Maguire again to play the ball out from the back. Rashford here. He's got options to his left, options to his right. He's going on a bit of a run himself. Plays the ball now to Martial. It's on the left-hand side. Bruno back into Rashford. That's lovely. Rashford, oh, he's got so many men around him. It's almost impossible for him to dribble through. He tried. He loses the ball. It's cleared. Victor Lindelof is going to pick this up just in front of the halfway line on the right-hand side as Man United are attacking. Pogba back to Mason. This game, from a United point of view, needs a United goal. Need to open West Ham up a little bit. Because they are defending very, very well, but it's exceedingly negative. Just shows the difference in us as a club now. The way these smaller teams just want to sit back behind the ball. Bruno plays in. Anthony Martial here. Martial crosses. Oh, just misses it. Here's Pogba. Is he going to shoot? Lovely bit of skill. It's Paul Pogba. He can't quite get off his feet. Fosu Mensah's played in. Fosu Mensah crosses. Oh, just wide. Bruno's just wide. Oh, it's given us offside in the end. Very good football by Man United. But you see that skill there from Paul Pogba. The little step over. He gets in front. It creates a bit of space. I don't think Fosu Mensah kept himself onside here. Very good defending. Yeah, he just drifts offside. Really. He didn't need to be in an offside position there. Oh, but we didn't score anyway. So we kind of got away with that one. Drinks break coming up now. And that's fine. United will take this little break. Refresh their legs. But a very good start. But a very good start to the game, no doubt about it, by Man United. Very, very. Me personally, I'm quite enthused, really. Quite enthused. Quite enthused. What are you all thinking? What are you all feeling? Just checking socials here, see what's going on in the world. Tell me what you're all thinking and feeling. Someone did ask me a question there. They said, now that Arsenal were definitely out of the top 6, are they not going to be featured on the Football Terrace next season, as we're meant to be a top 6 only channel? A bit harsh, but I do get where they're coming from. A bit harsh though, but I do get it. But there we go. It's a bit harsh, but it's a little bit funny as well. It's a little bit funny as well. Oh, would you believe it, eh? Would you believe it? There we go. Do me a favor, everyone tuning in. Make sure you keep hitting that like and share button. It's really important to us that you do. A handball given here against Paul Pogba. Terry, why is there no Chelsea show in your YouTube channel? There's loads of Chelsea shows. We're not doing a watch-along for the Chelsea game because we're doing a match review afterwards. I can't do 2 watch-alongs back-to-back, bro. Antonio here crosses the ball in. This is well played out from the back there by Man United. Very confidently done indeed. Bruno plays the ball. Lovely forward here to Anthony Martial. And there's a bit of time and a bit of space. What can Martial do with it? He comes inside. Gets it back to Bruno. The kind of counter-attack's done. But United are still in a good position here. Bruno on the ball. Fakes across. Squares it here to Matic. We're going to try and spread this play. We've got to spread the play a little bit quicker. That's the one thing we're doing a bit too slowly. Is we need to get the ball from left to right and right to left with about 1 or 2 touches less. That's what needs to improve. Matic on the ball here. Finds Williams, who's come inside. Back to Bruno. See, even with Bruno there, it's 3 touches, but that should have gone straight out to Rashford, in my opinion. Matic here. Plays a lovely ball out wide to Rashford. Rashford can size a guy up here. That's really good defending there from Johnson. He wins the ball back. Rashford stays down in a heap. Looks like he's in a little bit of pain there. He's getting back up, though. Unlucky there. But let's just get the ball out to him again. Let him try and isolate the defender again. That's what we need to do. It's fine. It's okay to fail in attempting to do the right thing. That's what's okay. Thank you, Winter Surfer. Lovely pass there from Matic into Martial. Martial finds Bruno. Bruno shoots. Oh, that's a shank. That's a shank of a shot there by Bruno Fernandes. That goes over the bar. 26 minutes, nearly 27 minutes on the clock. There we go. West Ham playing out from the back there. That's a little dangerous. That's a little dangerous. United win it back. We're winning the ball back. Oh, Williams tries to play a pass early then. Declan Rice cuts it out. West Ham are going to try and counter. It's a lovely run from Declan Rice right through the middle. Paul Pogba holds him up well, though. There we go. United win it back. It's lovely. Paul Pogba's defensive work there was sublime. Absolutely sublime. Slowed Declan Rice down. Oh, it's a lovely cutting pass by Matic. Oh, Bruno's tackled, though. Too many men on him. Martial's run was great. Here's Antonio trying to beat Victor Lindelof here. Wide on the left-hand side. Victor Lindelof is sizing him up. Antonio gets the cross in. It hits Lindelof. That's going to be that's going to be a goal kick. I thought it was going to be a corner, but it has been given as a goal kick. Let's see what some of your comments are saying here. Eltel, Man United having a run at the moment, but we've seen this happen at Man United next season when certain players have gone and they're scratching their heads. Well, Mark, you know, I said before, like, if we lose some big players this summer, then my feelings about our progression will change. If we lose Paul Pogba and don't replace him, my confidence level drop. You know, it's like anything. This summer, most Liverpool fans think they're the favourites next year. If they lost Salah and Van Dijk in the summer and didn't replace them, would they still think they're favourites? Probably not. So it's what you've said is fair, but also fairly obvious, bro. It's fairly obvious, bro. David De Gea's clearance isn't good enough. West Ham pick this ball up. Dangerous areas. Here is Declan Rice. He has to go backwards, though. There's no options on in front of him. Agbonner here on the ball to Cresswell. United just pressing nicely, putting a bit of pressure on the ball. Fosu Mensah gives away a foul there against Mark Noble. Didn't need to do that. He needs to be careful. Doesn't want to get himself booked early because then he'll become a target. Ball switched out here to Bowen. Bowen up against Williams. West Ham having a bit of the ball here, making it really tough for Man United. Really tough. Although we've had the majority of the ball, we've had all the chances. You know, we've had 4 shots to their none. We've created chances and openings. Still 0-0. And that's the statistic that matters, is the scoreline, 0-0. West Ham moving the ball around nicely here. United just almost letting them have it a little bit, trying to encourage them out, I would say. You know, just trying to entice them. It's a lovely switch of play there from Fornals over to Bowen. Bowen's touch is great. He gets past Williams here. Bowen's in. Matic clears it up nicely. That's probably going to be a corner, though. Matic in there. Great challenge from him to win that ball back. Lovely first touch from Bowen there. Fornals switching that play beautifully. Williams kind of lost track of that a little bit, really. Another corner here for West Ham. Bowen's looking a little bit sorry for himself, taking one in the ribs slightly, but he'll be okay. He just looks a bit winded. Number 17 there. Ball's taken, corner's taken, shoot. Bowen crosses. Go out for a goal kick. Agbona gets up well. But you see what Maguire did there? Just put enough on the player to stop him from getting a clean header. It's important to do that. Victor Lindelof trying to play out from the back here. Oh, Fosu-Mensah gives it away very poorly. Opportunity here for West Ham. That's poor from Fosu-Mensah. Needs to be much sharper than that, the man. Needs to be much sharper than that. Bowen's down, holding his ribs again. West Ham had the ball for a couple of minutes now. Just finding their way into this game. Ball switched to Cresswell. Nice football here by West Ham. That looked like it went out to me. Paul Pogba should have been stronger in that tackle with Cresswell. There we go. United get the ball back. Passed out. At long last, it's passed out. Matic here. Just pass it back to Maguire. It's just looking for some options. It's a lovely pass from Victor into Bruno. Bruno plays it over the top, looking for young Mason. Doesn't quite find him. It's cleared again by West Ham. We're defending very, very well. Bit more of a press in the last 5-10 minutes or so from West Ham. Just putting a bit more pressure on Man United in possession, which is a nice switch up from them, to be fair. Lovely pass there from Maguire. About 50-60 yard pass to Williams out on the left. Pogba has the ball now in the centre. He finds Victor Lindelof. Now Bruno Fernandes is in possession. Fosu-Mensah is going to go on a little dribble. He does. It's what you need to be. You need to beat a man. And sometimes you've got to do it by dribbling. Pass, though, cut out there very, very well by West Ham. United win the ball back as West Ham try to counter-attack. But I want to see more of that. What Fosu-Mensah did there is right. We need to try and beat a man. Try and take someone on. You've got to do something to open a bit of space up. And you've got to keep them thinking. Lovely switch of play again there over to Williams from Maguire. Lovely pass from him. He comes inside, finds Martial. Martial's through ball to Rashford's just cut out. Margins here. Very, very fine margins indeed. Fosu under a bit of pressure here. For a first, that pass there from Fosu-Mensah is poor. That's a panic ball. That's a panic ball away. Didn't know what to do in that situation. "34 minutes on the clock here." United are winning the ball back very, very quickly. Loads of possession. Bruno, lovely pass here to Mason Greenwood. Greenwood's got a bit of space to run into here. Goes onto his left peg. Back to Bruno. Oh, Bruno stands on the ball. Just those little moments haven't quite been good enough. We win the ball back again quickly, but we just need to be a little bit more decisive in those areas. And maybe I'm just getting greedy. Maybe this is actually quite normal. You don't beat most teams 3 or 4-0. And maybe it's the nerves of needing to win tonight, but we're the dominant team. We've had lots of chances, lots of openings. Should be proud of how we've started the game, really. Goes Pogba again through the middle. Slowed down by Declan Rice. But he finds Greenwood here on the right. Greenwood's going to have a little run. He's going to step over like he always does. It's lovely from him. Great skill. 4 or 5 players around him. That's why I need to switch it quicker. Here goes Matic. Didn't fancy pass into Fosu Mensah there. Pogba now through the middle. Into Martial. Martial turns. Oh, it just got a foot on it. Matic there gets the ball out to Fosu Mensah. The low block is very, very good here from West Ham. Ball's played into Anthony Martial here. He's in the box on the ball. He's using his skill. Lovely. Oh, I just can't find the final ball again. Come on. We're literally doing everything but that last little final ball. It's that last little moment. It's that last little mid-second millimeter of brilliance. It's coming, though. It's coming. Let's be positive, United fans. Here goes Rashid. He's going to look to get this onto his right foot and shoot. He does. He shoots. Rashid. Oh, it's a good save there. Good save. Excellent shot there from Rashid. Peppering him a bit more now. Let's put the pressure. Let's crank the pressure up, United. You're so much better than them. Williams now has the ball. He's a little bit isolated out here on the left-hand side. Bowen puts a bit of pressure on him. United are just going to recycle the ball. Inside here to Pogba. Back to Maguire. They're going to come forward again. We're going to come again here. Mason Greenwood now with a bit of space to run into. Nice ball to Martial. He's got Williams out to the left. He finds him. Williams, first time cross with his left peg. Oh, it's Fosu Mensah, and he absolutely scuffs his shot, but that was a bit better from United again. Look at that, 3 openings in the space of a couple of minutes. That is more like it, Manchester United. That is more like it. Oh, he's unlucky there, really, in the end. He just takes his eye off the ball maybe at the last moment. Don't foul Noble there, Pogba, because he ain't going to go anywhere. It's nice. Look at that, see? That's why you didn't foul him. West Ham ain't doing nothing on that. Not at this point in the game. I've had 6 shots and 3 on target in the opening 37 minutes. He's pretty good against a team that's playing dead low block. Lovely pass from Rashford into Greenwood, and his first touch takes him down. Ah! It's madness. It's a madness how close we're getting, but just not finishing these things off. It's nice football again here by United. West Ham with every man behind the ball. Ball gets switched out to Rashford. He's got an underlap from Williams. It's played into Williams. Lovely. He's going to get this cross in first. Lovely. Oh, Mason Greenwood. I can't believe that got blocked. That was brilliant there by young Williams out on the left. Foul given to West Ham on the counter, though. Oh, Mason Greenwood's shot. I think it was blocked by 2 people, one after the other. It was lovely. Rashford plays in Williams, who absolutely sits Bowen down. Squares it. Shots going in, and it's just blocked there by Ogbonna. Oh, 5 minutes to go until half-time. It'd be nice to get that goal before half-time. It would be thoroughly deserved by Manchester United with the way they played in this first half. But you don't always get what you deserve in football. Well overhit cross there by West Ham. That's not going to bother anybody at all. It's not going to bother a soul. Not a soul. Oh, another ball cut out there. West Ham's defending's been excellent. It's been excellent. They're looking to counter-attack here. Ball's knocked out into the left-hand channel here. Antonio's just sort of standing still. He doesn't really have any options. They don't really. It's almost like West Ham don't really want to attack because they know West Ham know what's going to happen if they attack. Man United are going to catch them, so they don't want to. It's a weird conundrum. It's a very, very weird conundrum. They don't really want to attack us. They just want to hold on to the ball to give themselves a little bit of a respite. And remember, you can have dominant displays where you're not banging in 4 or 5 goals. Oh, Pogba's put the ball here into the channel for Mason. Some players around him looking for some support. Goes back to Paul Pogba. First time passing to Bruno. Bruno's back heel doesn't come off this time. He's always going to look for things like that. You've got to be mindful of that. It's what he's going to go for. Just not quite come off for Man United so far. Some good saves from Fabianski. Some shots just wide. Bad touch in front of goal. The play's been there. It's lovely from Harry Maguire. It's beautiful from Harry Maguire at the back. Absolutely beautiful. It really is. Goes for a long ball over the top. That wasn't so great, though. I'll be fair with you. That was a poor long ball. There's not enough pace on that ball. Just a little too lofted, really. Declan Rice switches it out here to Antonio. That's very wide on the left. He's got Cresswell with him, but he goes back on the inside. Rice looking for options. They're just kind of passing the ball backwards here, really. Not trying to go forward, as I say. They're reluctant to. Ball switched out wide here. Young Johnson. Johnson gets a cross in. Oof. Victor Lindelof got beaten to that there. That looked foul to me. That looked like a foul on Victor Lindelof. He went right for his back. How are you allowed to do that? I mean, Victor Lindelof's got to be stronger, but I didn't know you were allowed to smash through somebody's back to get to a ball. Yeah, I mean, literally pushes him in the back. I'm not sure if a foul was given because I don't have the sound up, so I can't hear anything. But there we go. Mason Greenwood picking the ball up deep here. I want to give credit to West Ham as well. They have played very, very well from a defensive standpoint. They've allowed very little room for Man United. Oh, Greenwood's touch there, awful. West Ham picked the ball back up again. That's one thing I would criticise us on, has been that sloppiness at times in possession. Fosu Mensah has been booked here for a sliding tackle. He's claiming that Antonio dived. But let's see. Was it a dive? It's a dive. It looks like a dive. Did he make contact? It's a dive. It's a complete dive. He didn't touch him. He didn't touch him. He literally didn't touch him. Declan Rice shoots. Poor shot. Did Pogba put his hands up to block his face there? It's a penalty. That's a penalty. Oh, Pogba. It's a penalty. It's an absolute stonewall penalty. Oh, it's a madness. It's a madness, Paul. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. That's crazy, Paul Pogba. Mad. Dominant first half. Been the best team. Go 1-0 down. It's crazy. All because of Paul Pogba. All because of Paul Pogba. Mad. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, I'm fuming with him. You know, with the dominant team, they've not had a chance. They've barely got the ball into our box. You know, we had 2 or 3 opportunities where we should have scored. You just tick along nicely, and then you give away an absolute gift. It's an absolute madness. It's a madness, Paul. It's a madness, Paul. It's genuinely crazy. Genuinely crazy. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Can't believe that he has done that. Jason Conway, welcome back to the show. What do you want to say, mate?
Yeah, what a first half, loving it. But that was disgraceful from Pogba. That was.
Mate, yeah,
commentary, absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah, I mean, it's disgraceful on every level because we're dominating the play, we're creating the chances, and a few people have said, "Oh, Gary Neville's not happy about how we're playing." Well, I don't listen to the commentary, so I've got no idea what commentators say. I'm happy with what we're doing. We're knocking on the door. West Ham are creating nothing.
West Ham are they've had 2 decent chances. The Diop header from the corner.
Yeah, but mate, it was barely a chance. He hit the top of his head because he was nowhere near it. It flew over. They've had no clear-cut opportunities in the game at all. They've done nothing, and we've given them away. We've given them away a penalty from nothing. Like Paul Pogba protected his face. You take that square in your face like a man, and then you move on. There's no. We have dominated every little element of that game, and then given away a soft penalty at the end, which is atrocious. Which is absolutely atrocious. Jem, you're on the line. What do you want to say, mate? Jem, you there?
He's muted.
Right, we've added Bryant to the call. Bryant, I mean, Paul Pogba there has just absolutely let Man United down massively after us dominating that first half. What's your thoughts?
Well, I you know, I mean, just on whole, you know, the tempo that we've started with at the beginning of lockdown is pretty much evaporated, and that has a lot to do with the conditions and how many games are being played back to back and things like that. But United still looked dominant, still looked the most likely to get a goal, and I think that instance of Paul Pogba putting his hands up is just something that Paul Pogba tends to struggle with playing in the Manchester United shirt, and that's just switching off when he doesn't need to switch off. He didn't look prepared. It's almost as like he didn't see the ball until the last second and just reacted, opposed to being fully switched on and watching everything that's going on at once. And it was incredibly frustrating, and it's especially frustrating when it's from one of the players that you expect to make the difference for you on the other side of the field in terms of going ahead and winning the game. So now all the pressure's on United. They've got to get a result. They've got to get a result at least if they want to have, their game against Leicester mean something. It's just an inexcusable mistake from him.
It's just ridiculous, and I'm fuming with it because I'm looking at it and just thinking to myself, I've never seen a professional footballer do that in my life. Like, I've legitimately never seen a professional football player put their hands up to protect their face. That is what my 2-year-old daughter does when I throw a little ball to her. She just closes her eyes and puts her hands up because she's 2. Not one of the very best football players in the. It is absolutely. The more I sit here and think about it, the more angry I'm getting about it, because it's the context of everything. With a better team, 65% of the ball, 7 attempts on goal, as an example, right? 7 attempts on goal, dominated the majority of the ball, created the chances, everything that we were letting them have almost nothing in that game at all. And for that to be just honestly shocking from Paul Pogba. He should be hanging his head. If we had a better bench, he'd
be coming off at halftime.
I'd be dragging him off. I'd be dragging the man off at halftime, saying, "You're done out here, bruv. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that." And do you know what I want to hear from? I want to hear from the Pogba fanboys. Not people like me that love Paul Pogba but can criticize him. I want to hear from the fanboys who never, ever, ever, ever want to say a bad word against him, because that was just diabolical. And the more, maybe I didn't react straight away. I was in shock, thinking, what has he just done? You dominate a first half. We're knocking on the door to score a goal. Madman.
Yeah, my reaction was the exact same way. When I first saw it, I was like, because seeing it in real time, I was like, oh, what just happened there? I wasn't really sure what happened. I saw Pogba was on the ground, but I thought the ball just hit him. Because, Declan Rice did. He hit it really hard. But then I look back and I'm like, what are you, duck? Just duck. But the thing is, he did duck, but he puts his hands up while he's in the process. Just duck. If you don't want to get hit in the face, just get out of the way completely. Or be a man and put your head on it. But don't put your hands up. That makes no sense.
Crazy. It deserves nothing but absolute criticism. And you'll get all these people protecting him. They'll probably try and blame the fact, oh, you know what though, Maguire told him it was all right. Stupid. Do you know what I mean? There'll be something along the line. Jem, are you there with us? Oh, Jem's just gone now. I'm done with it, bruv.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. And can you imagine if Manchester United go on to lose this game due to that? It's a long way to go still. Long way to go in this game. But inexcusable. You cannot do that. I'm with you. I've never seen a player do that in my life. Never. I've never seen a player do that in my life.
It's mad. It's mad.
Yeah,
and it's
someone's tweeted that going, I'd put Pogba in the second half. No, I'll put Pogba in goal for the second half, because he's a better shot stopper than De Gea.
We've got some super chats here to read. Sorry, one sec. First of all, says we won't get top 4 because our team are bottle jobs. There's another one here that says, so many chats going through. Aza says falling apart since Rio's tweet. I haven't seen Rio's tweet at all. I'm hearing, according to the rules, it wasn't a penalty because it's natural to protect your face. Listen, for me, that's from Devil in the Details. Do you know what? From my point of view, I'm not biased about these things. It's a stonewall
That's a penalty.
penalty. It's an absolute
It's a
stonewall penalty. Do you know
You
what?
shouldn't be doing
If you're
that.
playing Sunday league football and you're worried about breaking a bone or something because you're going to miss work, cool. I get it. When you're a pro footballer, you put your body on the line. You're a multi-millionaire. What's a broken nose, bruv? Have it fixed in the summer. Man. Ashley Knight here says, I'm shocked. What the F was he doing? Zane here with his super chat laughter. Yeah, I'm just fuming, bruv.
Again, he wasn't switched on. That's what it was. The only reason that if Paul Pogba sees that the whole way, he just gets out of the way. I'm convinced that he wasn't switched on, which is a whole nother issue. Like, if you're not going to be focusing and then put your team at risk, it makes no sense. It makes no sense for Manchester United's most expensive ever signing to be making those types of mistakes in games of this magnitude, where the result literally could mean championship inclusion, like Champions League inclusion.
Bro, do you know what's mad about it, bro? It's not even a mistake. It isn't a mistake. It's just absolute contempt. It's just absolute nonsense. I wouldn't even give it the courtesy of calling it a mistake. You know what? It's mad. It is mad. It is mad.
Someone goes, Pogba didn't trust the hair to make the save, so he made it himself.
Yeah, that's what a fanboy would say. Look at that. Look at it. And also, who's next to him? Who's next to him?
I think that's Fonsu Mensah, yeah.
Why is he bottling it as well?
Yeah,
Why is he bottling it?
Yeah.
What's wrong with these modern day footballers? You take it in the goddamn face. Mad. Why is he bottling it? Look, Pogba gave the penalty away. Look at him. Bottling it. Ooh.
If Roy Keane was on commentary tonight, he would have been getting absolutely shredded.
Oh my God. The more I look at it, the more angry I get. Look at Fosu Mensah as well. Pull them both off. I don't care who comes on. Get them off. Get them off. Get them off the damn field.
As an Arsenal fan, personally, I'm not going to get too carried away because I can celebrate now and get carried away and think West Ham can pull it off. But
Look
I still don't see it
at
happening.
that. Shambles. Any
I've never
Pogba
seen that.
fanboy is defending that. You're done. You're done out here. You're done. I love Pogba. I want him to stay. I think he's a brilliant footballer. He's had a really good first half. But you cannot. Why are the mistakes? Again, with Man United, it's mistakes. It's damn mistakes. That's the issue with this all the time. Super chat here from Hassim says, watch Pogba being the first one moaning about us not making the top four and wanting to leave. Bro, I'm not getting on Pogba's back about that. Like, that isn't what it's about. This is about assessing him as a football player today as opposed to his attitude or anything. That is criminal. Criminal.
Yeah.
I have never seen anything like it in the entirety of my life. It is weak. It is unprofessional. It is amateur. And it is hugely costly. Now, Paul, and I know you're not watching this, Paul, but I'm going to talk to you like you are. Second half, son, you get out there, you strap your bootlaces up, and you go out there and put in the performance of your life. You owe every single fan now a redemption for that moment. It's an absolute travesty. Travesty. I'm fuming. I'm fuming.
This is Graham Souness. Not Graham Souness. Yeah, it's Graham Souness. If you Terry after the game, just check Twitter. Some of the memes and things that people are saying that Graham Souness is going to be saying after the game. If Man United go to lose, but if they go to win, I don't really think it's going to be a talking point.
And do you know, some people don't get a joke, you know. I tweeted earlier saying, why did Maguire handball it? And man, people going, it wasn't Maguire, it was Pogba. It's like, you don't get the joke, do you? Like, mad.
But, you know, Paul Pogba has been very... since the restart, he's been very content to just kind of allow Fernandez and other players around him to kind of be the creative sparks, and he's been really reserved. And just in the way that he's gone about playing his game, I want to see the man go out there and dominate this second half and make things happen. Especially if you're going to give away silly penalties, you got to go out there, you got to dominate the second half. There's no excuse except just the best performance we have seen him put in the Manchester United shirt, considering what this game could mean for the season.
It's mad, you know. It's mad because some people say, "Oh, United's still back, bro." Tonight was almost one of them performances we were talking about where we were doing enough. Yeah. We were dominating the game. We were gonna score. Like, I felt it. And do you know what's interesting? I say to a lot of people, I've said this for years: turn down your TV and don't listen to commentary and assess the game yourself. you will always see it differently. Do you want to know the irony in this, though? We're not going to blame referees. It wasn't actually a free kick. Antonio dived and wasn't touched, but there we go. Yeah, for me, though, Stonewall penalty, United got to bounce. Second half now has got to be massive, because if we lose this game from this point, there is no excuse. It tells me one thing. We've got good quality players, but one thing you don't know as a fan until you're in that moment is whether you have the bottle for it. And this, for me, is simple. A top team, a Liverpool turn this game around. A Man City turn this game around. A Chelsea turn it, I'm talking top teams, turn it around. And if we can't turn this around now against a team that's barely attacked, they had a few long balls into the box which they got their heads onto, right? That they'll go down statistically as shots. But there wasn't a moment where Antonio's header that went at the goalie, but he fouled Victor Lindelof. They've done nothing in this game. It's a madness. Now, I want to see him go out there. And look, Paul I'm looking at Paul now. He looks dejected. Paul, I don't want that, bruv. Listen, you're a top baller. Get out there and play now. Own that damn pitch. Show us what you're made of. Shut all the haters. Listen, criticize him, don't make you a hater. But shut the haters up now, because otherwise it's going to be on. It's going to be on for him. It really, really is. Do me a favor, everyone tuning in. Please hit the like and share button. It really means a lot to us if you could. Also, download Hot Mic right about now. Title sponsors of the show. You can watch this You can watch this live right now. It'd be amazing if you could. Some super chats here. One from Josh says other channels are having arguments saying it shouldn't have been a penalty because of natural hand movement. Listen, that's a penalty.
Stupid. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. You shouldn't be doing that.
No, it's a penalty. And anyone who thinks that's not a penalty is just Aaron Wan-Bissaka's being brought on now at half-time. That'd be Fosu Mensah off, in my opinion. It is. Bruno was poor. Look, you say Bruno was poor. Bruno created 3 opportunities to score in that first half.
Yeah, Bruno was fine in the first half.
Yeah, and that's it. We were fine in the first half. We were fine.
We're fine.
It was coming. The goal was coming. You got to think, like, Fabianski's good save. There was a couple of shots that just went wide. And then you had the Greenwood opportunity that was blocked. It was coming. That was a typical Man United performance of old, where we're dominating everything. We just got to get the ball in the back of the net. You can't legislate for that. Now, though, this is where we see what we're made of. Can we bounce back? Boys, enjoy the second half, and I'll see you all again soon.
Take it easy.
Cheers, boys. Big response needed now. Massive response needed now. There we go. And you know what? As Devil in the Detail said, now, right now, it is all about one thing, and it's passion. Right now, it's about heart. Right now, it's about fight. And if you haven't got that, get out of Manchester United. Because Ollie's on the way to it. Ollie can't do anything now. It's down to the goddamn players. Step up. Deliver. Here we go. Second half begins. 1-0 West Ham. United currently choking at another opportunity to go third. Maybe we just like being in fifth. Maybe it's our comfort zone. Oh, poor touch there from Bruno. And by the way, passion doesn't mean running around like a headless chicken, leaving big openings for teams to exploit. It means playing with heart, fighting hard in your position. Just in case anyone gets confused by what that means. West Ham are the ones trying to come forward early on in the second half. Shocking. We've got to step up now. Right, we're bringing the ball forward now nicely. It goes AWB down this right-hand side. Bit of space for him to dribble into. He's got Mason Greenwood that he feeds the ball into on the right. Will he keep that in? He does just about. But now it's given away again. Keep your heads. Super chat here from Steve says, Goldbridge saying it's no penalty. It's natural to cover your face with your hands. If it was Arsenal, he would say it was a pen. Listen, Goldbridge, I respect what Goldbridge does, but for me, it's a penalty every single day of the week, twice on a Sunday. There is absolutely no defending it. Absolutely no defending it whatsoever. Anybody that's doing it is... Listen, Mark Goldbridge is great, but you've got to remember he's a character. He's doing it on purpose because it will create views. People will clip it up and put it on the internet, and that's what, and I respect what he does. That's what they do. He ain't talking real football. So I wouldn't worry about that. Pogba here on the ball, looking for someone to find. It's still a long way to time to turn this game around, and we need to. That shows the mentality. Here's Martial. Lindelof wanted that return pass. Plays it out to Rashi here. Oh, God, I wish we had the Stretford end right now cheering us over that line. Nice. Here's Matic. Look at that low block from West Ham. No room at all. Matic there does very, very well indeed. See, he draws 3 men out. That's a lovely pass from Williams. Bruno now picks it up. Back to Martial. Oh, he squares it to Rashford. That's cleared there by Abona. And that's fine. Keep that pressure on. They will crack. Keep the pressure on. They will crack. Here goes Bruno. Oh, see, that's the nice pass from Bruno. That's why you see that there. That pass from Bruno is being clapped from Martial because Martial realizes he should have made that run. Realizes that he should have made that run. No doubt about it. What does a loss for West Ham mean? Not very much because their goal difference is superior. They're not mathematically safe, but they're on the term of probability they're safe. Antonio here pushing. So I'm not even worried about what West Ham are going to do with the ball. Squared there by Antonio. Rashford picks it up. He's going on a little dribble here. He's tackled. Oh, it's given away stupidly by Man United again. Here goes Noble. Noble cuts inside. Squared. So what a tackle by AWB. Crossed again. It's easy for De Gea. Lovely. Simple from De Gea there. Let's go again now. Let's go again now, Manchester United. Let's go again. Here goes Matic on the ball. Finds Martial. Martial's fouled there by Bonner. When's the yellow card coming out for him? Caught him off the ball. Nothing given. This is mad. I'm so nervous now. Greenwood in possession. Finds Bruno. Pogba. Back into Mason. Mason to Martial. It's nice football. Just looking for the opening. Lovely football. Back here. It's Greenwood! Yes! There we fucking go! That's the mentality I'm talking about. Go on, Greenwood. My guy. My guy. That's what I'm talking about. I told you the goal was coming. I was angry with Pogba because we need to show that anger at those times, but it was always coming. It was always goddamn coming. We've been playing like this the whole game. Just need to wait for it to come off. People think that every single moment, every single move has to be scintillating. No, it doesn't. That is brilliant. Back in the game now. Martial and Gunwood. Bang. Done. Back in it. Now let's go. We've been better than them the whole game. We had one brain fart moment. That's the mentality I'm talking about. Now watch all the haters leave the stream now. Watch all the haters leave the stream now. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, here's Rashi now on the ball. Rashford kind of gets tackled but wins the ball back. Well, one back there by Paul Pogba. Excellent. Here goes Bowen. Don't foul him, Williams. Just stay with him. That's fine. Oh, he's put pass it back in. Look at that. Maguire again with the block. Decent attempt there by Declan Rice. Goes over the bar, but that's good, bro. That's all good, bro. That's all good, bro. Gonna change his team up on the screen so you can see it. Get AWB on the field of play. Let me just update that. And then refresh this. Where is it at? Where's it gone? There we go. Mason Greenwood, you beauty. You beauty. Excellent goal by Man United. It really was excellent. Martial back to Williams. And this is where West Ham will just keep playing the same way as well, by the way. They're not going to change suddenly and come out because of one goal. Now, we need to go for it. And we came out and did the right thing. We just kept on playing. Keeping our heads was fine. As soon as Greenwood had that opportunity, I knew he was scoring. Knew it. Feel it. Here goes Bruno. Plays a lovely pass out wide to AWB. Inside, it's Martial. Martial! That's blocked. Excellent again. AWB creating chances. AWB creating chances as soon as he's on. Excellent by Manchester United. Excellent play. Pogba and Rashi wanted that ball squared, though. Bruno's going to cross this. It's deep. Rashford's touch just isn't quite good enough. Oh, Matic. That was nearly something special there from Matic. Nearly something special. Nearly something special. Is Pogba on the ball now? Let's get that second goal quickly. And then get the third goal. And put this damn thing to bed. Lovely. Bruno in a lot of space here. Bruno feigned the shot. AWB crosses again. It's a lovely dink. Oh, just over Rashford's head. That was a lovely little cross there from Wan-Bissaka. He's come on and been brilliant since the second half begun. He's been really, really good. Really good indeed. That was a poor throw. Maguire. Lovely. Maguire's been excellent tonight. Absolutely excellent. Mason into Paul Pogba. Pogba's got a lovely bit of skill from Paul Pogba. He's tackled in the end, though. West Ham are going to try and play out, but Matic straight in there, winning balls back. West Ham have to go long. Fornals does well there, to be fair, but AWB wins it back. Just think before this game, people were slagging off AWB. Like he ain't a good player, like he had one bad game as a kid. Martial picks it up. Lovely bit of time here for him now. Lovely pass out to young Williams, who's running into the box. He's pushed. He was definitely pushed. I don't know if it was enough to make him fall down, but it was definitely a push. They're not going to give that as a penalty. It's one of those ones where there is a push, but it isn't enough to make you fall down. So not a penalty in my opinion, but he was pushed. That's lovely there by Martial. Nice hold-up play. Finds Bruno. Bruno now switches it out to Rashford here on the left. Hasn't had much joy today, Rashford. Johnson's had a really good game against him. Bruno now switches here. It's AWB. It's onside. It's a good first touch from him. He's got Pogba with him. Look at this low block there from West Ham. It's so deep. Oh, Bruno slips again. Looks angry with himself. That's what I love about Bruno. And don't go right. You can see it's palpable how much it annoys him when it doesn't come off. And I love that. I absolutely love it. Remember, we're going to be live after this game doing a match review myself. And then after the Chelsea-Liverpool game later, it'll be a full Football Terrace podcast covering both this game now and, of course, the Chelsea match at the same time for all of you. So make sure you're staying tuned for all of it. Can't wait for you all to be involved. Maguire again. Excellent there. Lovely touch and turn by young Williams there. He's going for a little dribble. He's got to find Pogba. He does. That's sensible football in the end there. That's sensible football. Now Rashford, a bit of room to run into on this left-hand side. But look, straight away, 2 players on him. He's got Bruno in support, though. Ball switched. Pogba, great first touch. I know he wants to make amends, but just keep it simple, Paul. That makes amends. You keeping it simple and not making mistakes in those environments makes amends. Keeping the ball with us is what we need. Bruno again. Just looking for an opening. Just keep it simple. Take your time. Stay patient. So all you need to do is stay patient here. Williams on the ball. Make them make the first move. Bruno, Pogba. Pogba's going to shoot. Pogba! Oh, it's over the bar. Not a bad attempt from him. But we made the space there because Matic waited for Declan Rice to put pressure on him. He then fed the ball into Bruno. Bruno, first time pass back to Paul Pogba. Touch, gets it out. Not a good enough shot. See, he wasn't planted. It wasn't a good enough shot, really, but doing the right thing. $60 minutes up on the clock, 30 minutes to go here. United have got to score another couple of goals. Cresswell's good football from him. It's lovely. AWB, brilliant. Here's Noble. Coming forward here. A few players forward for West Ham, which is good. This is where we need to try and nick the ball off of them, though. So if they're going to commit this kind of amount of men forward, this is when you've got an opportunity for some space the other end. Antonio here. Poor pass from him back to Cresswell. See, ball's one back. Now what's on? Pogba, nice touch and turn. Can we play out? Oh, giving away there. That's poor. Mark Noble plays in Bowen. Oh, good save, De Gea. Good save, De Gea. That was all from fair play. That was poor pass there from AWB. That wasn't good. I think Brendan Williams actually got a deflection, got a bit of a partial block on that. Yeah, he did. Gets his foot to it. And De Gea saved it as well. Done by him. Antonio shanks his shot. Oh, my days. I think that was young Johnson there with a serious shot. I mean, it flew wide, but if that was on target, that would have been unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Here goes Bruno. Into Rashford. It's lovely from Rashford. He's past Johnson this time. He's into the box. Squares it. That's going to be a corner of the Man United. They're still getting, though, a lot of these last-ditch attempt blocks in, which is excellent from them. And I think sometimes as football fans, we underestimate and maybe disrespect the quality of opponents when it comes to those stages of a game. We don't always respect that they can make good saves. They can make good tackles as well. And sometimes you just need to be extra special to see it through. Bruno here crosses. It's not a good cross. Williams picks it up on the edge of the box, though. He's got Pogba and Bruno with him now. Bit of time and space here. Williams, first time cross. Decent. Maguire gets his head to it. I'm not sure why Matic did that. That was silly for Matic, really. .63 minutes on the clock. Do me a favor, everyone tuning in, hit the like and share button, and please download Hot Mic right about now. Really supports us massively. If you can get over there, get that app downloaded. All the information is inside the description below, free of charge. Loads of YouTubers, loads of sports commentators on there for you. Multiple sports as well. Go get it sorted. Get it downloaded right about now. And just thank you in advance. United going forward again. Here goes Anthony Martial. Martial, oh, he's tackled at the last moment there by Agbona. Good defending there by West Ham, but the openings are still coming. Openings are still coming. Oh, mistake there by Fabianski, and I felt like Martial might have got to that, but he slipped. Victor Lindelof up well. But here goes Noble. Being chased by Bruno. Ball's played out wide here to Bowen. Bowen's got Danny Williams for company. Danny Williams. I'm thinking of the old boxer. Brandon Williams. Bowen shoots. That's blocked. Mason picks it up. He clears that well. Oh, no. Bruno messes up. Maguire gets the block in, but then it hits Matic and goes back to West Ham. Antonio now up against Matic. Squares it. Okay, who's there again to cut that out? Hazard Maguire. Harry Maguire again. There to save the day. There to save the day. Nothing coming from that. It's going to be a drinks break any moment now in this game. See what some of you guys are saying here in the comments. Leicester are awful. Terry, of course I'm stressed. You guys need to start putting some respect on Leicester, thinking it's an easy game. No one said it's an easy game. Martial's career is over. That's a really weird thing to say. It's poor from United. Goes Declan Rice. Got a bit too much time for me. Shoots. Oof. Oof, that was close there from Rice. Well. What we're going to do now? 20 minutes since the goal. Need to get back out there, start pushing. Need to get out there and start pushing. Good enough there. There's a foul on Williams, surely. Not given. Last few minutes have been awful by Man United. Can't keep hold of the ball. Look at that foul on Williams there again. No booking for their players ever for anything. It's mad. Matic into Bruno. Bruno, almost finds Martial. Rashford, nice bit of skill. Don't shoot, son. He got a pass from there. Matic puts Williams under so much pressure here. Williams did the right thing in the end. Substitution for West Ham here. Right now, though, I'm being honest. Started this second half very well. Started it very well. Scored. Did well for the next 5-10 minutes. Last 10. Right now, I'm losing my confidence in the game in us turning this round. Just losing a bit of confidence in us being able to turn this round right now. Cresswell coming off with what looks like an injury. It's a lovely pass into Bruno here. Bruno plays the ball out to AW. AW shouldn't have stopped his run there. He should have continued going, really, gone down the line. West Ham get back into their shape. Oh, it's not good enough. Got to start moving this ball a little bit quicker again. It's fine to go back to your defensive line. Just keep possession and keep moving side to side. 15 minutes to go third. That's all you got to think about here. 15 minutes to go third. Pogba, that's a really poor pass onto the inside there, mate. Mason offside. Another dangerous free kick here to West Ham. This is in a silly area, really. Nervous about this. Sebastian Aller coming on. He'll be dangerous from a set piece. Oh my God. Ricochets. Try and get out with the West Ham win the ball back again. Noble now going on a bit of a run out to his left-hand side. Rice goes for a very wide, deep cross. Williams gets it. Lovely clearance there by Williams to get it away. Rashford now on a break. Fornals with him. He had to come back there. He's got Pogba to pass to in the middle. That's fine. West Ham rushing back. Pogba here switches to Rashi. Oh, Rashford's touch. Shocking. Oh, I was really impressed with us first 53, 60 minutes of this game. This last, since we equalised, really. It's just gone backwards. Since we equalised, it's gone backwards. And these are the moments where we have to keep striving through. I think there is an issue with pressure. But I believe in these players. I just need them to believe in themselves. Get through these moments and they will elevate you. It almost means more than 3 points. Here's Pogba. Rashford. Oh, Rashford, no silly buggers, bruv. Oh, Mason nearly passes onto a loose ball there. Man United actually haven't had a shot in this game since the 60th minute. It's 20 minutes without a shot. It's been, I told you, since the 60th minute we died. Up until then, dominant team, with 60 minutes we hadn't had a shot. Died since then. It's lovely by AWB. Oh, Mason, no messing around. What are we doing? Fuck off, another foul. It's getting pathetic now. It's getting pathetic. Oh, he's going to get sent off here, Bruno. Bruno's very lucky there. I thought it was a headbutt. He'd serve to go. She's so poor. Maybe, just maybe, though, this is the major issue here. Just Ollie needed to win this game by 60 minutes because he knew the players would be shot. Couldn't get it done. Because since the 60th minute, we have looked dire. Absolutely dire. Like we've got no legs left at all. Nice bit of football here, though. Greenwood into Rashford. Williams coming for the overlap. Just honestly, we look like a... You get to see watch a boxer can get to the last 2 or 3 rounds and his arms are down by his side. He can't keep him up anymore. That's how it looks and feels. Lost the ball silly again there. It's going to be a throw into Man United. Oh, it's well kept in there by Masaka. I'm getting to a point now in this game. And this is why it's important to remember when you watch a football match. For me, 60 minutes in, we were a dominant force. But since then, we died. And it's never about how you start a game. It's how you finish it. And right now, West Ham are pushing for that winner. We're not. And we've allowed them to grow into this game. We've died. I think they can see it in our eyes. We have physically gone as a football team. We look exhausted. Exhausted. Like there's almost nothing left. I'm telling you, without Harry Maguire at the back tonight, we'd be losing this game. And we should, with the way we started, we should have been beating them. We didn't take our chances. We didn't take our opportunities. We didn't give away a stupid penalty, which puts us psychologically in a bad place. That makes it even more draining. And this is down to the players. The system and the shape is exactly the same. It's about execution. Oh, my days. Rashford had to come off. Rashford looked dead in that game. Like, he looked physically dead. Physically dead. Lovely pass there into Bruno. Bruno out here to Mason. Lovely by Mason Greenwood. Squares it. Igalo! Oh! At least we created something. There's only 4 minutes, 5 minutes to go. I just realized the time. My God. We're done. Today's done, I think. I think today is finished as a game. And I'm fuming because we should have put them to bed. We had the chances, we just didn't take them. Just didn't take the chances early enough. I can't even speak. I'm so nervous now. It's going to be a West Ham throw-in. My word. Poor by Matic. Weak. Weak from him. Exhaustion and mental fatigue here. Oh, Lindelof overruns it. They've got a chance for a counter-attack here. Here goes Bowen. Poor by Lindelof. Maguire again comes in and saves the day. Saves the day. We are not scoring again in this game. I'm telling you that now. It's over. There's nothing in us. There's nothing left in this Man United team tonight. I don't even know. I don't even know if that's physical or if that's mental. Maybe both. Passes like that are just so poor. So poor. So poor. Lovely by AWB here. But now he overruns it. Just about finds... Oh, just everybody tonight, though, just final little balls just been a little bit off. We've got a minute and a half here. A minute and a half here to secure third. And I know a draw puts us into second, a fourth, but I don't care. I want the win. Mason there, bullied off the ball too easily. Lovely. We win it back, but then what are we going to do with it? Switch this ball quicker, United. Oh, Martial, that pass is shocking. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Oh, Williams, that was poor. Oof. Come on, 30 seconds to go. Don't kick that ball out. He was fine to get up when he thought they were attacking. Now he's suddenly not. Here's Mason Greenwood. Oh, finds Bruno. Can he get the cross in? Bruno crosses. That's too deep. That's poor cross by Bruno. Poor cross by Bruno. It's funny, really. I always remember Fergie saying about Man United, we love to do it the hard way. And it just feels like that tonight. But it's annoying because we didn't need to. As I say, opening 60 minutes, by far the dominant team. All the chances, everything was our end. We just didn't put them to bed. And then the legs go. And now we're looking distinctly desperate, really. There's maybe enough time to create one more chance. That's it. I feel exhausted watching it. Pogba here. Oh, Pogba, that was so poor. Just about gets the ball to Martial. Martial into Agallo. Agallo's touch is good. Finds Martial. Martial here. Agallo. Oh, trying to run through 4 players ain't going to work. Lovely by Maguire. Maguire's been man of the match today. He's been sublime. He really has been sublime. Bruno here into Mason. It's nice by Mason. Fouled again, though. Squared back to Mason. Closed down very quickly. Matic here. 2 minutes left. Martial's pass cut out. Poor. That's it. It's over now. Zane here with super chat says, Terry, the Stretford paddock are so easy to wind up. Yeah, they probably are. I'm not, because I know what I'm looking at, or I have faith in what I'm saying. It's nice football here by West Ham. Very nice football by West Ham. Playing relaxed, you know. Relaxed. You know when you're relaxed as a football player, it's so much easier. That's what we haven't got. It's pent-up, nervous energy right now from Man United. That's what's letting us down. And it's a mentality thing tonight. I think more than physical. The more I'm sitting here watching it, just wrapping my head around it, it's mental. And we might go third of a draw, but it ain't good enough. It isn't a good enough performance tonight in the end. We hit 60 minutes and we died. You know, the goal we scored to equalise was brilliant. We had a few more minutes where we played well and then we went, gone, finish. And there's no excuses for it. Players tonight. Players let down the club. Williams had to go long there. He had no other option. No, imagine that. No other option for Williams there. He had to go long. It's crazy. But that's it. End of the game. Listen, everyone who's going to tune in, join us for the live stream in a few moments.